I hate pedophilia. I hate pedophiles. And I couldn't have any stronger stance on that.
If I was black, I would go hunt fat white girls.
But it's crazy. You could survive with AIDS now.
We're living through a great time. That's all fake, dude.
Yeah, that's an actor.
Dude, there's no way that's happened.
That's the guy that they had
come on.
being a pedophile.
I wish Diddy beat me up.
All right, guys. Clap us in, clap us out. You know what this podcast is all about.
Did you just come up with that slogan?
Val's been saying that for a year.
I started that out in the beginning. Guys, we have a special friend, a special guest, as usual, Mikki Mase, in the building.
Yeah, we were just talking about herpes. You are like the herpes of this podcast. You just pop up every few weeks on our podcast. You don't really go away. And herpes remind me of a good time, right? Sure. You've never gotten herpes and been like, oh my God, I got it in a bad way. You always get herpes in a fun way.
But I would rather get Mikki Mase than herpes, because Mikki Mase is at least fun.
I also want to put
herpes
it on record.
Fun.
I don't have herpes.
No, that's okay. Actually, we all do. Dude, I have...
They say 2 out of 3 people. There's 3 of us sitting here, and I can vouch for which one of us doesn't.
Me.
Right. I have all 3. I have both. I'm the 2 out of the 3. Oh. Dude, porn stars come around here and smoke weed with me, and I'm like, oh, there's no problem smoking weed or sharing shot glasses with porn stars here. Until one of the girls goes, they don't even check for herpes anymore because it's so prevalent. So they're like, I don't even know if I have it or not. And I was like, excuse me? I've just been fucking actively putting herpes in my body.
Yeah, they don't check. I get tested once a week. There's this spot right by my crib.
What are you doing that you need a weekly test?
I just like to stay on top of
it. Do you give them the eye test? You're like, she looks clean. You don't even care.
No, I care. You know, I just stay on top of it. But I go once a week, and never once ever have they offered herpes. So I started asking them, like, yo, what's up with this? Like, I want to make sure I'm all the way good. And they go, I don't know. They're like, go to urgent care for that.
Yeah, that's crazy that herpes is now like an urgent care thing. They don't even care about it. Herpes used to scare people. Now I think people are kind of like, would you smash a chick with herpes?
Like if she told me like, yo, I got herpes, I mean, I'm educated enough to know like it doesn't just spread like wildfire. Like there's like a process to it. So I'd ask like, do you have an outbreak? What kind of herpes you have? Where are they?
Sound like a doctor.
But also it just depends how hot she is, right? I'm willing to negotiate with STDs based on your level of hotness.
Yeah, not me.
Like,
no.
Yeah,
no.
How did you get herpes?
You're born in Ukraine, you have them automatically.
It's passed down generation after. His mom had herpes.
Bro, you wear one wrong pair of underwear, you get herpes. You get passed down underwear in Ukraine. You know what I mean? It just comes with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just got bad PR.
Part of the bundle in the house. But yo, it's crazy because my girl is going to be a dentist, and she just started clinic. And she's like, yo, we seen a patient that has herpes. And I'm like, wow. And I just realized,
like oral herpes and shit?
I'm like, damn, that's probably one of the hardest. No, like actual herpes. But
how's she looking at their genitals? She's a dentist. It's like, take off your pants.
My brother, you've never been to the doctor before?
Yeah, but she's a dentist.
It doesn't matter. Your file gets transferred for them to see. Because if you're injecting people and you're giving people anesthesia, you have to see what their blood work is.
It's like, sir, can you please put your pants on? This is a dentist's office.
I just want to make sure you don't have herpes, bro. That's it.
Like, I had teeth down there, too. But it's crazy. You could survive with AIDS now. Like, yeah. you could just live with AIDS.
We're living through a great time.
Yeah.
The more we advance...
That's why everybody's soft. Nobody's scared to die.
That is very true. The pandemic was supposed to be like the AIDS of our generation, and then people were like, nah, it's just old people dying, so who cares? Like, old people deserve to die.
It was too fake. The COVID thing, it was like too manufactured, too embellished. It became unbelievable. You weren't able to believe it.
Well, also, like, if it manifested itself like herpes, more people would take it seriously. But the fact that it's an invisible thing, right? You're like, oh, I got a cough, I got a fever. You're like, yeah, but I had that all the time. But if it manifested itself with, like, pimples all over your face, a lot more people would be like, okay, maybe this is real or not. Or whatever.
They tried, didn't that? What was it? Monkeypox that happened after COVID that they tried. Is that what it was?
Yeah, monkeypox.
They tried.
Yeah, but they clipped that real fast because they were like, "Yo,
people starting to look like Deadpool."
I knew a chick.
You seen this shit with monkeypox?
I knew a porn star that got monkeypox on her butthole.
No way.
Yeah, she was like the second person. Did I see it? No, she wasn't. I was like, "You're not coming over and hanging out with us here if you have monkeypox on your asshole."
No photo, nothing.
I wish.
Did she text you back saying it's part of the hustle?
It probably is. It's ribbed for your pleasure now down there.
Yo, I just want to point out the Brazzers sweater that you have on.
Yeah, shout out Scotty Nails. He gave this to me. He stole it off the Brazzers rack at AVN's and gave it to me.
And you have the utility pants. They're not utility pants. They're kind of like...
They're Lululemon.
Oh, they're Lululemon, right?
Yeah.
This is the modern day look for a cash advance employee. If you guys ever did cash advance, this is what they look like when they're selling you loans over the phone. Because they usually look like they have a federal charge, and then they have to dress up in a fucking sweater, and then they beat you on like $1 million.
You guys know how I dress. I wear like all black sweats every single day.
I know, yeah.
And I was like, I cut my hair off, started shaving my face. Let me switch something up.
No, you look very formal. I kind of like this look, actually.
Thank you.
It's fine.
Yeah, I do like it. It's a very like, it looks like you're a little bit here for like a parole hearing. Like you're like cleaned up. You're like, shit, I better look. I like that. I like that look.
On you, it's fitting. You know why? Because like everything else, like as far as tattoos go and everything else, it's like it doesn't fit, and then that look kind of completes it.
I like when you class it up.
Thanks. I do not want to receive either of your herpes.
I'm not gonna fuck you yet. This is like we said, it's like plug talk. Afterwards, Val and I suck everyone off on the show.
Quick story before we get Mikki to tell us some serious stories. Speaking of herpes, when I did the reality TV show Temptation Island, it was very awkward.
Temptation Island?
Yeah, I was on the first season on the reboot, and the most awkward thing is when the PA would come upstairs and be like, "All right, guys, this guy and that guy and that guy, you guys got to come downstairs to take the pill." Because we had it's not the crazy herpes, it's the herpes that you get at the cold sores. What is that one called?
Just oral herpes.
Yeah. So they would still make you take a pill to make sure that you don't get like an outbreak of like a cold sore.
They didn't have makeup on set. They were like, "Yo, just take these pills. We don't got to make a break."
And it was mad weird because half the cast would be like, "Whoa, what are you guys getting sent down there for?"
It was uncomfortable when you got sent down.
And I'm like, "What the fuck are you guys doing right now?" And they're like, "Oh, it's just so you guys don't get a cold sore on your lips." I said, "Bro, you guys are making it sound like we have AIDS, though." I'm like, "What the fuck? You guys can't just." Tell the rest of the cast that you guys just don't want people to get cold sores on their lips. You're making it sound like I have fucking AIDS.
Oh yeah, because they were doing it in secrecy. Like, go down there. Val's got to take his fucking HIV meds.
And I'd be like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Awkward.
There should be. Is there like an HIV positive dating show? Because they got all the other ones. They have the autism one. They have like the
atrocity.
What?
That sounds like an atrocity.
That's probably. I mean, it would have been funnier like 20 years ago. Nowadays, like we said, like you can live with it, so it's not as like silly. But back then it would have been hilarious.
You guys watch the autism dating shows?
Yeah, I mean they look like my dating life. Yeah. But dude, you saw the one where they were like where they go to the fucking zoo and they're making small talk and the two kids are like autistic or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, I like the fucking hippos," and she's like, "I like the hippos too." I'm like, dude, what small talk are normal people supposed to make? Like we all sound autistic at the zoo. What are you supposed to be like? All right, let me finger you now. What are you supposed to do on a zoo date? That doesn't make you sound autistic.
I got a blowjob at the zoo one time.
From which animal?
Not from my ex.
Which animal? Me and Coco used to date. Yo, there's people. You heard about that shit? That lady, the gorilla that she kept visiting and like dancing and taunting until the gorilla broke out and I think killed this lady.
No way.
Yeah, because they were like, "Yo, stop making eye contact with this gorilla," and she'd come back every day like a stalker. And then that gorilla was just like, "Okay, I've had enough."
It sounds like a love story in East New York.
If you had to fuck an animal,
have to clip that.
If you had to fuck an animal, which animal would you fuck? If you had to fuck an animal,
it's a weird question.
No, I know. That's why I'm asking for it. I didn't ask you like, hey,
I wouldn't. I have to opt out.
But you have to fuck an animal.
I don't have to do anything. That's
what
you Tyson said.
No, this podcast's not big enough to get you canceled. So you can just say.
No, I would probably do.
I would. Okay.
Probably be a dog.
Oh, you're gross. You have
That's
to fuck.
a bad choice.
You have to fuck something bigger
bad
than you, so it doesn't feel like rape.
That was a bad choice.
What?
Because if you fuck something bigger than you, you're like, I'm not really taking advantage of it. Like if you fuck a dog or a cat, you're like, oh my god, it's defenseless. But if I fuck like a
there's
moose,
dogs that are 150 pounds.
Bro, that's still bigger. Still, what do you weigh?
Like
Less
this,
than
bro.
a dog? You gotta fuck like a moose.
All of our friends.
A moose, my man. What the fuck?
Because if a moose doesn't want to fuck you back, it'll just throw you. But maybe it enjoys it.
The logic is that
Because
a moose,
look.
I can't even. What do you want me to do? Stand on top of a barrel? Bro, I don't.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to pipe a
The
moose?
same way you fuck girls.
Bro,
What do you got? You got the squatty potty?
Mikki, me and you're the same height. You're laughing. Don't laugh too hard.
Bro,
Yeah,
a
you
dog
always
is a
have to fuck
terrible
something.
choice. Everywhere you go, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, keep Val away from our dog."
Yeah,
Like,
no one's got a moose.
Yeah.
You got to fuck like an invasive species, like
Oh, man,
coyotes.
so give me an example.
Deer, coyotes.
Deer.
I think a good choice is a goat. I'll tell you why.
Do you know why you fuck a goat at the edge of a
Coyotes are
cliff?
tiny.
You know the
So
little
you
joke?
jump off after?
No, so the
what's the
goat
joke?
pushes back.
Wait, what?
You fuck a goat at the edge of a cliff, so the goat pushes back.
Yo.
That's how I have sex with all girls. I'm like, you might fall off this balcony, so you better start pushing back.
Yeah, you got my brain working way too hard this early.
What is this?
There is an HIV dating show.
Life in
Wow.
the time of HIV.
He kind of looks like XQC, no?
He does look like XQC.
Oh, we got some stories, by the way. Mikki came here with a bunch of good stories. Can we start with the first story?
Yeah, I don't know any of these stories. I thought this
can start with-
podcast
you know
was
what?
tomorrow.
It's true.
Because recently Mikki did something interesting, right? He went catching predators, which they do in Russia. And Vitaly stole the idea from Russia to catch predators out here in America, which, I mean, there's been
Genius move. I wrote this down.
plenty of shows have been doing that in America, but not the way Vitaly's
No. The ones that do it in America are trying to do it like TV style. He's like running around like
he's trying to
literally
do, like,
socking
Russian style.
boppers.
Would you guys agree that Vitaly's EDTV kind of looks like the autistic Andrew Tate?
What does Vitaly look like?
It's like
It's genius by Vitaly because he went after a group that's more hated than him. So if he just beats those people up, he looks better, right? It's a genius marketing strategy.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
That's how you got to look at
agree.
it. He's literally like, okay, everyone hates me. I have all this fucking online. Oh my God.
Is that when he got arrested for
Kind of
beating
looks.
his-
You guys kind of look related.
Yeah, literally.
Is that the
He's the
mug-
hotter version of me.
Is that the mugshot from when he got arrested for beating his girl?
No, that's when he jumped out of the bushes, I think, and attacked that girl. You know that one in Miami, that story? That's what he's
Does he
real
beat
shit.
a lot of girls?
He beat up a chick in
It's a Russian
in
guy,
Miami.
bro. A lot of Russian dudes get a little, they start losing.
That looks like every family member I have in Russia.
He looks like Mr. Bean on steroids.
Mr. Bean.
Nah, he really does look like Mr. Bean on steroids, honestly, I swear.
I mean, why does he call it catching predators if he's punching him? Are they beating him up? What's going on?
Okay, so this is the premise. And by the way, I really support the premise. I hate pedophilia. I hate pedophiles. And I couldn't have any stronger stance on that, right? Like I'll stand on that one. If anyone wants to argue that one with me, so he hits me up. He gives me a follow on Instagram. I've never apparently we meet him across paths one time. Like he had filmed me like during a prank, but like I didn't fall for it, so like it didn't do nothing. I didn't even know it was him. So the short of it is, he hits me with a follow, slides in my DMs, and he goes, "Hey bro, I'm trying to get my views back up. Will you come and do some live streams with me?" I'm like, "Sure, bro. Like I'm about it. Like, what are you thinking?" And he goes, "Well, here's like all the streams I want you to do with me. Here's like the whole thing." And one of them was catching pedophiles. And I'm like, that one sounds like a massive win for the planet, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm down. I'll do, if I have to do the rest of them to get to the pedophile thing, like I'm in. And I was super hyped on it, right? He goes, "Okay, we can start with that. Let me link you with my manager." I'm like, "All right, cool." Links me with the manager. We schedule it. He goes, "Hey, come on a stream. We're going to catch pedophiles. Mikki, you're the most hyped on that one. We'll start with that." I'm like, "All right, cool."
Can I ask a question? I'm going to interrupt because I don't know the story
Yeah.
fully. When you say on stream, it's live or you guys
Yeah.
pre-record it,
No.
edit it, and then drop it? Or
Live,
this is
live.
like, there's no
Live,
editing,
live.
cameras on, everyone's watching.
Like live,
Okay,
live.
cool.
Yeah. I go and I do the first stream and we break Vitaly's personal streaming records. The first stream I do with him catching pedophiles. And it was cool, man. Like we went off and like we really cleaned up the planet like one pedophile at a time. If I could, I would do this like full time, you know?
More questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where you find, are these, like, I know I log on here at our office and I'll just go to the registry and they'll be like, yo, there's like 30 pedophiles in these mountains where the office is.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to people, like, how are you finding such pedophiles and their location?
So this is one of the sickest parts, bro. There's these 3 younger guys, right? They're like all about 20 years old, but they look 14, 15 years old, right? There's 3 of them. Their names are Santi, and Marcos. And shout out to these 3. These are like my 3 most favorite people in the world, right? These 3 kids, full time, are on every dating app, even ones I never heard of. They showed me. Talking to grown men looking for gay sex, and then they hit them with the "I'm 14." And almost every time, it's really crazy, these grown adults are like, "That's fine. Can you send a photo?" So these dudes are messaging these 20-year-old kids, but thinking that they're 14 and 15 years old, sending dick pics, jerk off videos, like really like hardcore, I've seen some savage sexting in my life, but I've never seen it on this level. It's really hardcore. And this all takes place after they think the kid is 14 or 15 years old. It's one of the first things they say because
Right.
they don't want to waste their time.
Yeah, they don't want to be talking to a dude.
Yeah, exactly. So like almost right away they go, I'm 14, is that okay? The dude is like, that's fine, here's my dick, send me a dick pic back. And the kid's like, no, I'm bashful. We'll send selfies from when they really were like 14, 15. And they kind of still look like these 20-year-old younger guys still look like their 14-year-old selves. So like whatever. So they set up a date. They'll be like, hey, can we meet somewhere in public? And then we'll go back to your place, or I'll suck you off in the car, or like whatever it is.
Oh my God.
The dudes fold like lawn chairs. They're like, absolutely, can I come right now? Bro, there would be so many times on the live stream, like something would happen, it would end, or one of the pedos would, finish their segment early, or like somebody wouldn't come through, or whatever it is, that from start to finish, 5 minutes from, hey, I am Santi, to, okay, I'm on the way pulling up. Like, bro, it was like really.
So they're local enough, right? So
Yeah,
you guys
local,
and this is amazing. You guys are lining up pedophiles like it's like a talk show. You're like, all right, 3:15, we got this guy,
Yeah.
3:30. And here, I got some questions, right? Because my Jew mind is thinking, and forgive me if I'm jumping ahead.
Go ahead.
If you're attacking them, you are now committing a crime.
Okay, yeah. So all right, so the dude will pull up, right? And we'll be all in like a Sprinter van or wherever we want to like plant ourselves for the correct approach, to jump. I don't want to say jump on the pedophile, but like to confront the pedophile, right? So like, for example, one time we were at a mall and a kid was like, there was like a bar there and he goes, hey, I'm in the bar. Can you buy me a soda? And we all waited at the mall entrance, like tucked right next to the bar. So when the pedophile starts walking up to the bar, we just step in right away, surround him. And, they didn't have security. I had my own security. I always have my own security. And Vitaly was actually so broke that I had to pay for the whole
Production?
Not the whole production, but like pieces of it, like the whole security detail I had to pay for.
So he hit you up, can you help me with a live stream, but also I need some money to run this.
Correct.
Damn.
And I said, I'm so down with the get down at the idea of like cleaning up pedos. I was like, bro, I'll do whatever. Like there's no deterrent right now. If you give me a situation to go face to face with a pedophile with repercussion, I'm in at any cost, So I pulled up and I have like all the, the straps, whatever. And all my people do whatever. I really didn't understand exactly what was happening because I've never done a pedo catching thing in my life. Right. Like I don't, right.
Yeah.
It's
What's the most you've caught before that? Fish?
Yeah.
Like, what are you catching outside of pedophiles?
I played Pokemon before, but that's about it.
Yeah.
It's like pedophile go.
So I was unclear, like, and he does it on live stream. So I'm like, do we have like legal permission to like
Out these people, right?
Yeah, like what can we and can we not do? So I came fully prepared to do the most and figure out where I fall back, right? So I get on there and I'm like, yo, like, can we smoke these fools? And he goes, no. And I was like, all right, can we
What do you mean smoke these?
I was like, can we shoot him? Like, are we acting
Are you
like
crazy?
legally? Well,
You're not legally allowed to murder someone. It's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
I wasn't
You'd be
really
in jail.
sure.
I know.
I'd rather be prepared.
You're a gambling
what I'm
man.
saying?
I get it.
Yeah. So he goes, no. I go, can we put guns in their face? They go, no. I go, can we have guns? He goes, no. So me and my people unload all the guns. We're like, all right, let's get, whatever. I was
So
like,
what's
all right.
Vitaly's goal? Just to hug these guys?
So his goal was to prank them. He wanted them to eat spicy, that spicy one.
That's not a punishment.
But that's what Russian.
If I'm about
that's
to
what Russian streamers.
if I'm about to fuck a kid and you go, hey, now instead of that, your repercussions are have a hot wing, I'd be like,
Yeah, but
sick.
he copied the Russian system. That's what they do. They paint their hair, they abuse them, they put them in the tub.
Bro, that looks like American culture. You paint a pedophile's hair blue, they'll just blend in with the landscape.
Just look like a liberal.
Their whole thing, their whole thing is just to like.
You should tattoo their foreheads.
Right.
So I brought a tattooer to tattoo a forehead. I brought the
Also
tattooer. I
illegal.
paid and everything.
There's nothing you guys can do legally, right?
Well, so correct. Well, hold on. There's mechanics to it. So the first part is, I just didn't know what we were allowed to do. Like I was like, hey, do you have permission from like the LAPD? Like, can we?
Vitaly, the guy who literally pull up his photo. You were like, that guy's got a legal team vetting this whole process.
I didn't know. I just assumed because like, bro, if it was me setting this up, like I have no mercy for these pedophiles. I'm down to smoke them all, right? And so we bring guns and whatever. And he goes, no, I can't do that. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, what can we do? And he goes, we can't do anything. We have no special legal permission. We're like regular civilians confronting a civilian. And I'm like,
Who's DMing a 20-year-old guy who's
Acting
pretending
like
to
a
be
child.
14.
Is Vitaly still? Is he still on steroids?
I'm not like a workout guy, so like I don't ask. I don't know.
No, I don't know. Mid like catching, he like shoots a little ass cheek.
Jabs himself in the butt. No.
Like, gonna go crazy.
Okay, so we can't, we can't use guns, we can't hurt them, we can't do any of these things. Like, what can we do? And he goes, oh, we're gonna make them eat these spicy chips. And I'm like, really?
What? Was this episode of Hot Ones?
Yeah. And I'm like, really? And he goes, yeah. Why? That's not enough? And I'm like, no. Like, what?
That's not a punishment.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, no. And this is all on the live stream. You can go watch it back.
Are you serious? You guys were doing logistics on a live stream?
Bro, yeah.
He's like, all right, so what should we do? And he's like, potato chips. You're like, my man, I brought a handgun.
Yeah.
Meet me in the middle between potato chip and handgun.
Yeah, so so I'm like, bro, like, give me, like, I'm like, bro, don't be a pussy. Like, what can we do? I'm like, bro, these dudes are ruining not just a child's life, but that child's life forever, even as an adult.
Right.
I'm like, these dudes don't need, who cares about a hot chip? Like, what can we do? And he's like, we can't do nothing unless it's in self-defense. And I'm like, all right.
How do we?
I'm like, all right. I was like, listen, bro, I'm just going to tag along on this first one. I'm just gonna like match
Follow your lead.
Yeah.
I'll match your energy, right?
Yeah, I'll match your energy. And he's like, all right, cool. So the first one met downtown LA in a children's park, right? Like in the heart of downtown. So our decoy goes up there, dude thinks he's whatever, 14 years old or something. And they start talking. We walk up from behind and surround them, right? And the dude, and Vitaly's like, what are you doing trying to meet a child? And he's like, the usual, nothing. I was just going to talk to him, let him know that he shouldn't try to meet adults because it's dangerous, right? And we're like, dog, we got your photos of your dick here talking about you're nutting right now to a 14-year-old, right? And I took the phone and I put the photo on the phone that the dude texted next to the dude in real life. And I'm like, to the viewers, I'm like, looks like the same guy,
Where's the streaming? Kick?
On Kick, yeah.
And you're allowed to show nudity, or you had to block the dick and all that shit?
I
quickly scrolled. They didn't care. Kick is like the Wild West a little bit.
A little bit. So I did it so it's like you see face. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the guy's like, whatever, I'm getting out of here, right? And bro, this is actually really cool, this part. I go, Vitaly, are you sure I can't hit him? Are you sure I can't hit him? And then my bodyguard comes over my shoulder. What? Just dusts this dude.
Slaps
right?
him?
Yeah, bro.
Slaps are okay.
Yeah, my bodyguard is giant. He's a retired pro boxer. He's a maniac, and he's mentally ill. There's no controlling him, to be honest, right? There's been times where me and him were on the road together, and I said to myself, I think I need security to protect me from my security. So my bodyguard comes over me, whop, right? The dude starts gushing everywhere and yelling. Bro, you gotta, it's
like
all
crying
over
and shit?
The
bloody
pedo,
or crying?
Blood everywhere, right? So the dude doesn't go down. My bodyguard is holding him by the shirt and just my bodyguard's hands are like this big. Whop, 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 just from behind, right? Because the bodyguard, the pedo's trying to get away, right? Pedo starts walking off. So all the parents of the other children are looking at this giant dude beating up this like chubby nerdy guy, right?
Black guy versus white guy?
Correct. And so everyone can understand that it's not just violence for violence.
How many people are with you?
From the outside, it just looks like reparations.
You guys got a lot of people.
We were probably 9 total. Cameraman,
9 deep?
security.
I'll tell you what, 9 guys that like you and Vitaly also shouldn't be at a playground.
That's a fact.
They probably were like, dude, what's this, a pedophile meetup?
Yeah.
So what's Vitaly doing at this point?
They try to hand him potato
Vitaly's
chips.
doing nothing.
He's like, eat the chip.
Slithers away like.
Yeah, because he has a case right now. He has to stay calm.
Yeah, so he like slithers away, whatever. My bodyguard's womping off on this pedo, and dude's gushing blood everywhere. And then the parents start looking. So one of the kids, I think it was the decoy Santi, goes, he's a pedophile. He came here to meet a kid, right? So now everybody's like, yeah, beat him up. This is not even, bro, you gotta go watch this clip. It's on Twitter. Crackhead was, I guess, in the bushes next to us, squares up with the pedo and just starts teeing off on his face. Crackhead, I don't know, I swear to God. So Crackhead starts popping off on him, whatever. Pedo keeps walking. The pedo
It's a crazy parking lot. There's some crackheads. No, not parking lot.
5 years ago, that crazy crackhead out of the bushes was Vitaly.
Crazy.
Now he's handing out potato chips.
Yeah, so whatever. So dude keeps walking. Dude, the pedo does something. He like pushes somebody. I forget what it is. So my bodyguard just again, whop. Dude drops down, and my bodyguard's on top of him. Just whop, 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 whop. I push my security.
Vitaly saying like, "Yo, chill. You guys got to stop."
How long is the whole interaction?
Twitter.
How long is the whole like? Because
Like
I know you're telling it in a story, but like when it's happening live, it's a lot faster, right? Or is there? Like, are you guys there for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or like 3 minutes and they book it?
This one was probably 5 minutes.
That's a long time.
Because there were times that we had a box of Pedo's car in. One time a Pedo took off with the decoy in the car. Mind you, the decoy at this point still thinks that's a 14-year-old boy. So a decoy just tried to kidnap our 14-year-old friend. You know what I mean? So we blocked the car and physically ripped the Pedo out of his car and gave him the business. You know, again, that was self-defense.
How long ago was this interaction?
6 weeks ago.
No repercussions?
I didn't break any laws.
I mean, I guess no one's going to be like, hey, I'd like to press charges. I'm accused of pedophilia, right? So essentially, you can do whatever you want to these guys because you know that they're never going to go to the police,
and
right?
if I ever had to stand trial against giving a consequence to a pedophile, I will put on my best suit. I have no issue standing trial for that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in the court of public opinion, everyone's going to, side with you.
So how big was the stream? How many numbers did you guys get from this? Did you guys do well?
We broke Vitaly personal streaming records. I think the first one, I'm going to make this part up because I don't really remember, but it was like 25,000 concurrents at all.
It's an interesting thing to watch.
Yeah. So it did so well that we did a bunch of pedos. It did so well that day that his manager called me. I think they all came over after. I forget. But his manager was like, can you come back on tomorrow? We'll do it again, right? This did so good for Vitaly's brand that we want you to come back. And I go, sure. And they go, hey, there's even less that we can afford because we still are broke. Can you pay for things? They asked me to pay for the sprinter. They asked me to pay for security. They asked me to pay for all these things.
They need you for the clout and then they need you for the money.
Right.
Damn.
But I said yes because I'm really down for the cause. Like,
Joe, you want to go hunt some pedophiles after this? I need 200 grand.
Down, bro.
I need 200 grand. We're going to it's a really expensive hunt.
Yeah.
We're going to hunt them in a Rolls Royce.
Well, check this out. So the first stream did so well that Aiden Ross and XQC, they were live streaming themselves reacting to this stream. XQC accidentally slipped and he exposed himself as a pedophile sympathizer.
How? Bro. What's a pedophile sympathizer?
He was trying to protect the pedophiles. He was trying to deter me and Vitaly giving consequences to these pedophiles because he wanted to protect them. He thought it was too harmful what we were doing to the pedophiles. So he accidentally slips and says this on Aiden's live stream.
Stop it.
Swear to God. Look on Twitter.
What an
Pull
idiot.
the Twitter clip.
What is he, like the whole innocent till proven guilty, like you baited them kind of shit? Like what is the logic behind that dude wants to fuck a child, let's not expose him?
Exactly.
You're like, bro, I don't even understand that logic.
Bro, there was nothing logical about it unless XQC himself is a pedophile or he's so close to pedophiles that he just wants the noise against pedophiles to go away.
Dude, even if I was a pedophile, I'd still be like, get all pedophiles.
You should ask XQC himself why he protects pedophiles.
I don't want to talk to pedophile protectors.
Yeah, me neither.
It's insane, actually, that he would step out and do that. But you know what it is? It's funny. In America, it's like almost a sickness where people are like, oh, they're people too. I mean, I get that they're people too.
They're animals.
But, they're ruining people's lives. Not only ruining people's lives, but they're doing something against the human code. Like, what are you doing? You're taking advantage of an innocent child.
Children.
You're crazy for sympathizing.
You know, Louis C.K. had the wildest monologue on SNL about that. He goes, I'm just going to point this out, guys. But do you understand, like, the crazy punishment you get for being a pedophile in this country, just from like a societal standpoint, not even just jail? He goes, the fact that pedophiles still exist must mean it's so good. He did this as an SNL monologue. Literally came out and be like, that must be worth it if they're doing all
but
this shit.
doesn't do bad enough. Trust me. In Russia, you
get smoked. You get
smoked.
That's what I'm saying.
Over here, they give you like a leg up. They're like, oh, it's okay. We're just going to put on your passport. So when you travel, we're going to ask you some questions. In Russia, it's like, my brother, you can't leave the country. You can't do anything. You can't breathe. You can't look at this wall. If you come anywhere near this place, you will get smoked and you will do like 30 years.
You think that's true? I don't think so. Because how many people in a village are banging a 16-year-old girl?
How many people in a village bang fucking goats? But I mean, villages
not you. You're fucking dogs.
Most places in the world, if you're a pedophile or a rapist, you just get killed.
Yeah.
The community kills you and the police don't stop it.
But I feel like most societies outside of America also have like a history of like child brides. It's outside of like developed, like you're not going to like...
like school
France.
shootings, pedos, all that good stuff. It's a American sickness. That's just what it is.
No, pedophiles are everywhere. I
get it, but I'm saying the way they do it here. Like, look, my friend, I'm not gonna disclose their name. She goes to a law school. Okay, they had a person come in to do some kind of speaking to the class. He goes, "Hey, listen, there was a court case once. There was a guy that got, they raided his house. It took away 40,000 hours of child porn." Be like, and then he keeps going. He goes, that person was me. And I finished law school. And then he basically starts getting sympathy out of the class saying like, oh my God, like I don't watch child porn anymore. I have a boyfriend. I was doing it because I used to drink a lot. And then half the class starts sympathizing for him. And it's like, he's like, oh, it sucks now. Like I can't travel. It's not as easy. They pull me to the side. It's like, my brother, 40,000 hours of
Bro, who's
child
downloading porn, period?
And not only that, but his justification was that he drinks a lot.
Bro, when I drink a lot, my
All
standards drop, but not to children.
My brother drink. So what does that mean? So, I killed 20 people. I'm sorry. I used to drink a lot. It was a problem.
I mean, that's usually the excuse in this
Which clip
country.
is this? This XQC sympathizing?
Oh yeah, let's see this.
This is the very first pedophile we caught.
Okay. Pedophile. He's a pedophile. 15-year-old boy. 14-year-old boy. Please, somebody call the cops.
Well, what even is this?
Watch crackheads growing up.
know.
There's a crackhead.
That is a very not bad punishment.
Wait, what?
Well, what is
What is
this?
that, Butterbean? That
Average
guy's not even
kick streak.
feeling anything.
Because what the fuck am I watching? Why I heard so many? bro.
Oh man.
Bro, this is literally the average kick streak.
Yeah, guys. As ambassadors of the brand, guys, we do not endorse this content, yo. We do not. We do not.
I don't understand what's going
This
on.
guy, bro, I hate to say it, this guy looks like fucking Tectone or some shit.
Wait, what?
He looks like Tectone.
Pedophile. That's why. Okay.
So check this out, right? So there's another clip. While see how like they were in the corner like reacting, they were live streaming their reaction. So where there he's like, we don't condone this or whatever. There's more where XQC just goes in and he goes, those guys can get hurt. Like if the bodyguard slaps him and he trips and he hits his head, like he can get an actual injury, stuff like this, right? Like just like all around, whatever he can to try to protect the pedophiles. So I seen this clip and I go, this guy's out of his mind. Like I can't believe XQC is either a pedophile or at his best, just a pedophile sympathizer. So I'm gonna make a statement. So I wear the next day, they asked me to do the stream, run it back. Right. It did such good numbers for Vitaly's brand. I go, yeah, man, I'll come, I'll support your brand. And ultimately I just want to help pedophiles. So I wore a shirt that said XQC protects pedophiles. And that's the shirt from the second stream.
If I was there with you,
You kind of look like Aaron. What's his name here? Because I guess the picture's a little. Not Aaron Paul.
Hernandez?
The guy the guy from NSYNC, the brother. What is his name?
Oh, Aaron Carter.
Aaron Carter. Because the
R.I.P.
face is kind of like twisted a little bit. That's crazy.
So check this
Did
out,
he
right?
lose his mind seeing that?
I wear that shirt on the second stream. You know what? So XQC owns a piece of Kick. They deleted the entire stream, but everybody already seen it. It was all over Twitter. And if you like look on Twitter, like Drama Alert posted exposing XQC as a pedophile sympathizer. All these people came out were like, yeah, XQC protects pedophiles. If you went on to the App Store and you tried to download Kick, every single review and every comment is how it's a pedophile protecting platform because XQC
Jesus.
owns it.
Oh my God.
So Kick had to go and try to delete everything to as much like what they call like a PR. What they call
I mean, it's definitely a legal nightmare, right? There's a reason Vitaly's not doing this on YouTube, right? Because you can't assault people on camera.
No.
Illegally, right? Even though you're right. You're morally correct. But legally, like, you're not supposed to run up and slap people. So I figure like some Jew was definitely shook by your guys' content.
Bro, that photo is literally a screen grab of me on the second day streaming this. That's like right from the stream.
So how many pedophiles you guys slap the shit out of? Like, what's the worst thing you guys did to a pedophile?
I took his phone and I videoed him on his Instagram and I posted.
How do you get their phones?
He handed it to me.
What? First of all, I guess that's why you're a pedophile. You're a fucking moron to
I
begin
said,
with.
give me your phone. He gave it to me. I go, what's your passcode? He gave it to me. I hit the Instagram thing and I started recording him. And I said, tell the people what you are. And he goes, I'm a pedophile. And I put, I'm a pedophile, and I posted on his Instagram. So his family, so I was trying to do like, call mom, Siri, call dad, but the dude didn't have any of those contacts saved like that. So then people started calling his phone off that Instagram post, and I answered it, and I go, hey, who are you to this person? He goes, I'm his cousin, and I'm with his mom, and blah, blah. And I go, 1 second, answer to FaceTime. Switch to FaceTime, put the camera on him, and I go, tell your mom and your cousin what you are. And he goes, I'm a pedophile. And I had a whole thing like where I said to his mom and his cousin, I go, what should we do to him now that he's a pedophile? And I made them tell me what to do to this guy.
I think we should be cutting dicks off.
We should just blow their brains out. Just shoot them in the face.
All white guys, right?
Nah.
Black guys are very rarely pedophiles.
There was there was no black guy that was a predator that I know of, but it was Mexican or like other, it was like Mexican, white, or like other foreign.
Wait, so tell me the rest of this, because you were supposed to, for what all I know about today or tomorrow when this was supposed to go down originally, is you're no longer.
This was originally supposed to go down today.
I have the text messages.
I have the text messages also.
Dude, I said Friday at 1 p.m. We literally talked 2-3 days ago.
Okay, I'll show you.
What? It doesn't matter. Were we supposed to have what happened?
Okay, so yeah, so XQC gets exposed as a pedophile sympathizer. He has to go quiet. He has to like hide out, right? Kick is doing whatever recon they can or whatever to unwind the political problem that was just caused by XQC. Whatever. So all that, move on. XQC, who's a part owner in Kick, has the entire stream where I'm wearing the shirt deleted, but it's still all over Twitter. It's all over Instagram. Like he'll never.
Yeah, it's a Streisand effect at that point.
I'm not sure what that means, but
you've never heard the Streisand effect?
No.
Dude, there's a wild story, real quick. But Streisand effect is when you complain about something and it makes it worse. Barbara Streisand in the 70s, California. It's crazy to have this named after you. California was doing. The government was just checking on erosion of land along the coastline, and they had to photograph it. And Barbara Streisand's lawyers were like, "You can't photograph her Malibu home because it'll expose it." And because of that lawsuit, it blew up the concept of everyone now knew where fucking Barbara Streisand lived. And if she just kept her mouth shut, they would have taken the photograph, been like, the erosion's fine, and moved on. And so it blew up in her face, and it's now known as the Streisand effect. So when they try to delete shit, people are more curious, and now more people get to see you in that shirt. And oh my God, XQC's a pedophile.
yeah. So that's basically what happened. So like,
Crazy.
so he has to go ghost, right? Hoping to avoid that. Val calls me and goes, "Yo, do you and Vitaly want to come on the podcast?" Right? And originally Vitaly was going to come on this podcast with me today.
Yeah, I thought he was like the homie. I thought he was cool. I
Yeah.
was trying to get you guys to come through and chat with us.
Yeah. So me and him both said, yeah, like we were down, right? He goes, "I leave tomorrow for Russia. I'll be back in like 10 days or whatever it is."
This was how long ago?
Less than a month.
Okay.
Yeah. He goes, yeah, like, let's do it. Me and Vitaly were like, yeah, we're in, right? So he goes to Russia. While he's in Russia, he has his manager coming over to my house like every goddamn day. Manager, it's hard for me to describe all of the ways that he does annoy me, but for sure he's one of the most like shrill, annoying people I've had to force myself to be in the presence of, right? But that's fine. Like, not everybody's for everybody.
And he's asking for money.
Yeah.
You mentioned he was a virgin too, right?
Yeah. So
that's why, probably.
when I first met him was 20. He was 20 years old, right? He's at my house one of these days. I didn't realize it was his 21st birthday. So he's a virgin. He says by choice. He's never tried alcohol or drugs or weed. He doesn't curse, like all those things, like whatever, right?
God bless him.
But he's a real like nerdy, annoying, wet behind the ears, childish, no experience type of person, right? Which, whatever. Vitaly's broke, right? Needs a manager. He goes, "Who will work hard for me for no money?" This kid, he's 20 years old. He goes, "This is my chance to like get up the clout ladder. I'm in." And that's how they linked.
That's a
right?
wild person to be like, I'm going to climb the ropes on Vitaly's back.
Well, it was his only, who else would take the kid, you know? The kid sucks.
Probably
right?
a pedophile.
Yeah, you're right.
Vitaly should be using him as bait.
The kid, listen, that kid comes over, right? He goes, "It's my 21st birthday." I go, "No way. I got 5 girls upstairs right now. They're spending the week with me. They'll all have sex with you. Don't even worry about it." And he goes, No. And I go, "Bro, it ain't no thing." I have the girls come downstairs. I go, "Yo, he's a virgin. He just turned 21. Today's his birthday. You girls should have sex with him." They're like, "Oh, for sure." They start touching up on him. And he's just like spazzes. He's like, No. It's like a whole thing, right? Starts demeaning.
I like children.
He starts like demeaning them for like their choices of work, which are mostly like,
Bro,
in the
your
industry.
boss is literally a maniac.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever, right? So I take the kid out. Kid has a great time, whatever. So the kid's coming over like every day working on the rest of Vitaly's streams with me, right? So he finally comes over one day. He goes, so I have the whole schedule of all the episodes they want to do. I'm helping him figure out who the guests are, what the details are, locations. Like, I'm doing all the work, and I'm the one paying for some of it, right? He comes back to the house one day. He goes, "Bro, we did it. We landed a fat Kick deal." I go, "How much?" He goes, $500,000, 10 episodes, all catching pedophiles. I'm like, "That's sick, dude. What's my cut?" He goes, "0. I go, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, we did it on Vitaly's channel." I go, "Yeah, but you're the one who wanted me and Vitaly to formally become co-host together, like co-streamers.
Or you cut me off because break me off some cash because I blessed you with the relevancy.
Yeah, and I forgot to say, on the second day that I went
you
back,
co-signed Vitaly. Meanwhile, a lot of people don't want to co-sign
the
him right
whole
now.
world hates Vitaly, right?
Right.
For whatever. He was beating all these women and going to jail and whatever he was doing, the whole world hates him at this time. I agree to go on the first stream. We break Vitaly personal records the first stream, and we're catching pedophiles, and the world loves the situation. They invite me to come back day 2 because I did so good for their brand on day 1 that they did an impromptu stream on day 2, which wasn't originally scheduled, but because of the numbers, they're like, please come back on.
They're like, let's go.
I come back on by an additional 33%. We rebroke Vitaly's personal live stream records from day 1 on day 2. And that's why I wear the XQC shirt that they had inevitably deleted, right? So whatever. So yeah, so they come back and I go, what's my piece? And he goes, 0. And I go, what? And he goes, yeah, it was on Vitaly's stream. Why would you get a piece?
Bro, because I funded it, first of all.
Yeah, I'm like,
you want to pay me back?
Yeah.
At the very least?
Yeah, at the very least.
Make me even.
Yeah.
I lost money trying to get you $500,000.
Right. And I'm putting in all this work to help Vitaly's brand.
Right, and using your Rolodex.
My Rolodex, my money,
man.
my personal clout, my energy. This is a full-time job. I did everything.
Didn't Vitaly just get like all his debt cleared by Steve Will Do It too? Like everyone.
That's a Russian move right there.
That's a real socialist right there.
That's a real Russian
socialist right there.
So then he goes, we're not paying you and da-da-da-da-da-da. And
you're only communicating with the manager, not Vitaly.
because Vitaly's still in Russia. So he can't get a hold of him, right? So all this is going down, and it's like every day was like another thing.
I would have had my security slap the manager. Be like, you saw we did that pedophile? Well, I'm going to show you what happens when I miss out on $500,000.
Well, first of all, I don't want to extort him, right? But also he was like, hey, like, he's like, here's why you should hold out hope that you'll get something from this, right? And he kept giving me these like false things. He's like, well, you know, like for this, like you'll get some kind of action on it or this. And we're like trying to negotiate. We were negotiating, but it was ridiculous. He goes, we'll pay you 20% of the net, but you have to pay 100% of the expenses. And I go,
I'll just start my own channel.
yeah, I go, bro, do you not know the math on that? Yeah. I go,
I'm a professional money counter.
Yeah, I'm a professional money counter. I'm running net negative on this.
Yeah.
It's going to cost me money to accept this deal.
Right. How's this deal going down? The talent's in Russia, and the boss man is 20 years old who's never seen a vagina.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're in charge of contracts?
Yeah, and he's trying to negotiate with me, and I'm like, first of all, I'm like, you're missing so many marks here. I think he totally overlooked the fact that I'm Jewish, right? And he had no chance. He was a fish out of water. But I can based on his willingness to attempt to kind of negotiate, he left me with some hope that, I'll just talk to Vitaly directly and like the grown-ups will figure this out, right?
Yeah. This guy's just excited about a deal and he didn't really think it through.
Yeah, exactly. It's the first time he's ever going to see money in his whole 20 years of being alive. And, you know, money changes people, and the kid's an idiot, and he has no experience in life, and he's a terrible manager, right?
Well, yeah, once you get $500,000 on your head, you're like, I don't want to split any of that shit up.
Have you hit Vitaly on the side? I'm like, yo, my brother, what's going on with this?
So before I even had a chance, things take a real turn for the worse, right? So the kid says to me, he goes, we're not paying you, blah, blah, blah. Then he says to me, to finish that first night, he goes, what we can do is I will tell Vitaly to pay you X amount, and you are going to promise to bring on a celebrity for each episode. And I go, what about me? I'm not enough, you know? And he goes, no, you're not quite good enough. Can you bring some of your famous friends? And I go, what a piece of garbage, right? So I was so livid during this meeting. I needed this kid to get out of my house, but I couldn't blow up on him and ruin the potential fixing I'll have with Vitaly when he gets back to America.
Sure. You're being a shrewd businessman.
Yeah. So he says, can you send me a list now before I go? I go, sure. So I sent him a list of some of like my like really close homies that are, you know, like A-list or whatever. And I go, these are guys that I can't promise will come, but like I can easily just call right now and be like, yo, are you interested? I send the list, right? Him and Vitaly start attacking this list behind my back. So I didn't tell any of my friends like, yo, this might happen, right? Because until I have a deal, I'm not going to dangle a carrot.
But to them, it's smart because they already see your face on the stream. They're like, yo, hey, what's up? Me and Mikki already did the stream. You want to hop on? So
they're using my name as a cosign. So they're starting to hit up all my homies talking like, yo, me and Mikki are doing this stream. Do you want to come on? Da-da-da-da-da, right? My homies don't know the wiser. They really think like, oh, Mikki's co-signing. Look, I see him already on the stream. Yeah, Mikki's the new co-host on the Vitaly's brand. brand.
And this must be a manager reaching out on his behalf.
Exactly
Like Mickey's
right.
too busy to hit me personally. This is like some work shit.
Exactly right.
Bro, that's fucking scummy.
So, and then it gets even worse, right? So then there starts building a divide, and they're going tat after tat after tat, like just tearing little, like psyop moves, like slime ball moves like this, nonstop, bro. I got a list of it because I texted it to his manager, actually. So finally, they start doing the streams, right?
You got clouded by your hatred of pedophiles to get in bed with literally
And not only
a
that, but you
giant piece of shit.
usually do the playing.
Well,
This time they kind of played you a little bit.
not even, bro. I'm pretty stand up,
yeah.
bro. I'm pretty like.
It doesn't matter. You didn't get like fucked outside of like, you know, they just kind of
But you
messed
know what it
around
is
with your
Vitaly?
like friendship.
Vitaly is already at a point of his career where he already knows what it's like to make 150 a month, 200 a month, because he already had a successful brand. And once it goes away in a split second, he's like, oh, I just got to, no matter what happens, I just got to get back to those
Desperate.
numbers.
Yeah, but I
give
don't
a
trust desperate people because desperate people will always fuck you.
Desperate
right?
people do desperate things.
Yeah, and then they try to play it off as like, well, I need this and I'm going to take care of that. Da, da, da. It's once again, they look at Mickey as he's got the money, he's got the clout. Look how rich he is. He won't mind if I just keep the 500 to myself because I'm going to use it for good or blah, blah, blah. And you're like, bro, just stop.
Yeah, and his manager kept hitting me with that, by the way. He goes, I thought we were friends. I go, we are friends. And he goes, so why should our friendship be dictated by the money? And I go, let me tell you how my friends work. When I make money because we as a team did something, I make sure we all eat because I am a friend.
Correct.
And he kept hitting me with the, we're friends. It shouldn't be about money. I shouldn't have to pay you to be my
Right, but
friend.
it was transactional to begin with. He asked you to fucking co-sign the stream anyway. So
Yeah.
that's not friendship. That's called a transaction. So,
100%.
You know what I mean?
So we're going to go hunt down Vitaly?
So, bro, it gets even worse, bro. So listen to this. So me and Ryan Garcia have been real good friends for a really long time, right? So I message Ryan, and I'm like, and you know, Ryan's on this whole thing about
Right.
whatever. So I messaged Ryan like, yo, I was like, do you know who Vitaly is? And he's like, sorta. And I'm like, well, I've been doing these streams with him. You want to come on and catch pedophiles? And he goes, yeah, I'm down. I'll be in Texas this week. Can we do it in Texas? I go, let me ask. So I take a screenshot of mine and Ryan's messages and I send it over to Vitaly's manager. Vitaly's manager crops it to look like it could be from anybody, post it on Twitter. Where they went wrong
Make it
is-
look like it's their conversation.
Right. But where they went wrong is the first time they ever posted this on Twitter. And if you look back, you'll find the tweet. I have screenshots of it. Vitaly tags me and Ryan and says, W Mickey for the link, right? Thanking me for connecting Vitaly and Ryan. So I'm the one who did that screenshot is me and Ryan Garcia talking, not Vitaly and Ryan talking. They didn't even talk, right?
It's crazy.
Yeah. So
Vitaly barely speaks English.
right. So now fast forward to where the money finally came in and they're like, we don't want to pay Mickey because we're greedy or whatever it is and we're desperate. Now they're acting like that was their message and like all this. So they hit up Ryan directly. Mind you, I'm the one that connected them. So just like you said, Ryan thinks this is a Mickey and Vitaly thing. Me and Ryan are boys. I brought Ryan on TV a whole bunch. I brought him into poker. That's my boy, right? We've been in videos dated back all types of years, right? So Ryan's going on this stream now. And I go, that's literally my thing. Oh, and by the way, and Luke told me that he would pay me per person, right? Which that wasn't my thing. I don't need to make money off my homies. I'm just, you know, like in my home.
Just trying to plug.
for a book.
Yeah, I'm trying to plug like the homies, like yo, Ryan, you're hot right now in this pedophile thing. Here's a chance to clean up the world, right? So they bring on Ryan and they tell me that there's an announcement they're going to bring on Ryan. They tell me that I'm not allowed on stream and I can't
Because
get any
XQC
money.
probably deaded you as a face in the stream because you already outed him on the second one. So you think the bosses up top were like, yo, we can't have Mickey anywhere on this because fuck him.
Nah, I think this is straight up a Vitaly and Vitaly's manager thing because Vitaly's manager is such a weasel and he's so soft that he would have to squirm and like snitch. He would say like, yo, I was told you can't come on stream.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
On the streams with you and Vitaly in episode 1.
I did everything, by the way.
That's
Both
what I was
streams.
going to ask. How much interaction is Vitaly doing
None.
on
It
camera?
was me, bro.
Dude, so they're scared that you were going to take the shine away.
And they blocked you
You're a
from all
much
the
more,
chats,
you're a much
right?
bigger personality. You're a much more interesting personality, and you aren't.
Also, you're a threat as far as how you elaborate on things. So
That doesn't. It's just also like the other guy in the video is a woman beater, right? So it's like they're scared that eventually you'd probably take this fucking train and run with it on your own because you're at least. I'm not saying wholesome, but you're clean, right? You don't have a history of battery and being a piece of shit, right? So
But I was
that's a
never-
good
that
thing
was
you're
never-
not with them anymore.
Sure, they could have been fearful of that, but that was never my intention. My intention was I'm just here to clean up the earth.
And also, you're direct about what you want in return because of how they're playing you, right? So that makes sense. But it's crazy. So Ryan ended up doing the stream?
No, he didn't.
Oh, wow.
But I texted Ryan and I was like,
I like that. That's good.
I was like, what's up? But you know, they did still take some of my other friends off that list. So like I had Lil Pump on that list. Me and Pump are super tight.
I know. I saw
right?
you guys would run around together.
Yeah, that's my dog, right? So they don't make the Pump announcement until the day of the stream. The problem is
On purpose, just so you don't get to him.
Right. So there's the divide with Ryan. He don't go on the stream, right? They don't make that. They made that announcement early. They don't make the Pump announcement until like the day of, right?
And it's too late because Pump is already active.
He's active. He's already flown across. It's a whole thing. The thing is that I literally was on FaceTime with Pump like, yo, do you want to do the Vitaly stream? And he goes, I'm down. I go, all right, cool. I text the manager like, yo, I got Pump. Like he's stoked to just be a part of this. They have somebody else. I forget the dude's name. Andy, I think his name is. They hit up this dude. I think his name is Andy. And they go, yo, can you hit up Lil Pump for reinforcement? So what they did was, they don't have to pay Andy, but they would have to pay me. So they claim that Andy was the link to Pump, not me. And I'm like, you guys are out of your mind.
Crazy.
And at that point, I couldn't screw up Pump's bag. That's my dog, you know. And he already flew out. It was a whole thing, bro. Right?
Listen, but you see, Vitaly's still shiesty, mad nasty about it, you know, and he's still getting, that's what he's doing.
I mean, I've had Vitaly try to FaceTime me like a few times in my life. And I've always just been like, you know me, I don't really trust Russians. I really don't, because I feel like they're too shiesty. And also I'm like, for me, I'm like, I just don't want to be anywhere near like a woman beater, like a publicly guilty woman beater. And I know he was on drugs and all that shit. And I'd fine, we can have him on the podcast and hear his story and be like, all right, tell me like you're rehabilitated, blah, 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 blah. But apparently once a tiger, always a tiger, right?
Bro, you know what he did? This was so petty, bro. He had his moderators block my name from the chat. So if you were on the live stream, the entire chat for all 10 episodes went crazy saying, bring Mikki back. He was our best guest, blah, 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 blah. They got so tired of seeing my name in the chat that they would block it. So if you type my name out, M-I-K-K-I, it would just come up as 5 asterisks. Then people started adding like an extra I or an extra K or whatever, and it became too hard to block and censor my name.
Yeah.
Too hard to filter. So if they just saw you saying my name, like supporting me, they would block your account.
I got to give it to Vitaly, though. He always finds a way to bounce back. Even though, bro, this kid
Didn't he just lose his kick deal?
He was killing it at one point, bro. Killing it. And we're talking about, bro, when he had that whole thing with a Playboy and everything else. And bro,
he got fucked really good, which I kind of had a good laugh about. Remember when he made his ex-girlfriend famous? You remember the shit?
With
Kinsley? This girl Kinsley, he had her run out during like a huge soccer game and with a Vitaly fucking like shirt on. And she went to jail for 4 hours because of it, but woke up with 2 million followers. And then she dumped his ass and was like, cool, thanks for my career. And then she just became like a model.
Yeah, right after he got clipped, she just sailed off.
Is she hot?
It's like a chubby hot, probably.
Or maybe I'll hit her up on Instagram.
You should. We should. That's how you get it. Kinsley? Yeah.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Very Russian.
Yeah, but this is like 6 years ago. Let's see what she looks like now. Probably still.
Can someone go back to that one? Go back 2 of them. One more. No, the two. No, go left. Yeah. Can you superimpose my face over his?
Yeah, that'll be the thumbnail for the episode.
Yeah.
Payback.
Yeah, Vitaly is like the epitome of a Russian entertainment world style, though.
Entertainment scammer.
Yeah, he's an entertainment.
I mean, that's like we said. Like, what
Crushed
else? What else can he do content wise after abusing a woman? Besides, all right, I'm gonna go catch
apologies. Do the whole apology
tour. Yeah, but apologies don't.
Apology tour.
Yeah, but content wise, you're like, what are people gonna want him to do? Prank people? No,
that's what I'm saying. He has to get somebody
after this. What is he gonna do next?
He could try to reconcile with me and take more of my ideas.
Yeah.
The crazy Soska moment that he had was Soska is basically a pacifier in Russian. He had a crazy Soska moment. He's like, they locked up all my accounts, and I've never seen him like do the whole like. I can't believe he did the whole Soska thing to get money thrown at him so he can pay back for his G. I live in my G wagon. It's like, yo, man, really? It could be way worse, bro. You sleeping in your G wagon that they have to repo? Like, bro, my man, you did it to yourself, my brother. Like. But the bounce back is good. He always has a little bounce back. He has a little. He's a cockroach.
He but he burns his bridges as he crosses them. Yeah. Apparently, I mean, right? Like so when's the last time? What kind of terms are you on? Like if you saw him, would you have your bodyguard slap him? Please say yes.
That's a really good question. The answer is my bodyguards also took an L from this. My whole team did.
Well, yeah, my man. Like, that's assault in theory, right? But no one's pressing charges. But like visually,
My team eats when I eat, right? So there's like some real serious people around me, and they're very personally upset. It would be challenging for me to justify to my team why they shouldn't cause life-changing infliction upon Vitaly, right? It'd be really hard for me to say to these guys, like, hey guys, don't hurt him real bad. And they're gonna say, what? And I'm gonna say, yeah, because I don't really have a good answer. So for me, it's rare that I would be by myself and run into Vitaly. Also, Vitaly's not really invited anywhere. He's not like a cool kid. Like, he doesn't like go places.
Not anymore, yeah, especially, yeah.
So it'd be really, I haven't even thought about it. Like, if I was by myself and I ran into Vitaly somewhere, how would I respond? I haven't even thought about it. But realistically, I know that for my team, it's on site. My team feels very passionate that food was taken out of their mouths over his greed.
I think Vitaly's dumb enough that you could probably coax him with a DM from a 14-year-old and he'd try to fuck a chick. Like, because I know you guys are using dudes, right? You're using dudes to catch gay pedophiles, essentially. But if you got a Coco Lovecock, who looks
Coco.
12 years old, if you had her DM him and was like, I'm 12, you could probably...
Is that you trying to tag my name? See, look right there. You type Mikki, boom, asterisk. That's in Vitaly's chat.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
And you know what
Imagine
Vitaly
being
also
that petty.
did? He also changed his profile photo to my signature pose.
Yeah, Vitaly, we all know what you look like. Look at that. That should be his photo. It looks like a fucking bird.
He changed it back. But during the streams and stuff, you could still find a way to pull it
He's
up.
killer.
It was that exact same photo shoot where he's wearing that suit and he was covering his face.
Dude, all you had to do was catch pedophiles and you could fly away into the sunset. And he's got to just play games.
It sucks that because when I was growing up and we were watching his pranks, we were like, damn, this kid is, he's
I heard they're mostly fake.
well, a lot of them, yeah. Were
Right? Because if you're filming
what is
content,
fake?
at the end of the day, it's easier to script the shit.
I'll air this out. He does not piss in people's faces. That's all fake. That's a big thing he did to the pedos.
Wait, what do you mean? Piss on their faces?
Russians, back in Russia, when they do the whole...
Look, there he is. There he is with Ryan doing my signature pose.
First of all, put Ryan in front of him.
There he is with Lil Pump, my signature pose. All of them.
Wow, Steak caught a piece of this?
Right, so. Well, Steak and Kick are same owners.
Postponed. It never happened.
Yeah, postpone, never happened.
I hear you, postponed. But that's smart marketing, too. Because, like, it still keeps the fucking idiots around. So, yeah, he just... It's very good Russian scamming on the entertainment side. He's just very...
So when he says he pisses on him, what's he doing?
So
Just
he
a water
does
bottle?
he does fake his pranks, right?
Yeah.
I was there. So yeah, so he gets like a water and puts like light yellow coloring in it.
In public?
No,
He's
so
doing
he'll
this?
have the water bottle for this example. He'll have the water bottle like
Right.
fabricated or whatever, and he hides it so the cameras don't see it during the stream. And when it comes pissing time, if you pay close enough attention, you can hear it. He will have somebody hand it to him below the camera, and he tucks it here like in his waistband between his drawers and his pants, and he'll make sure that his back is to the camera, tell the pedo to get on his knees, and then he squirts the water bottle on their face like through a hole on the cap.
And this is in public in theory.
Yeah, and if you don't know any better, it looks like he's pissing in a pedophile's face.
At that point,
totally fake.
Yeah,
totally
at that point, he's a
staged.
registered sex offender.
It's totally
Take your dick
staged,
out
yeah.
and piss someone in public.
Yeah, he's just good circus.
Yeah.
It's good like Russian scamming circus.
Yeah, his pranks are fake. He's staged.
Yeah.
His whole thing is fake. He's
I wonder
a
if
fake
the
person.
pedophiles are fake. Imagine you find out that there's just like homies he found on Craigslist and gave him like your money.
Listen to this, bro. You want to know a crazy one?
You know what's crazy? Because there's a lot of kids that are at home that watch people like him, and they're like, yo, it'd be so sick to make it like this. It's so sick to make it an entertainment game. But people don't realize how much content is staged by all the people that are famous. So you guys, when you guys watch this stuff, don't be naive. Don't be naive.
The problem
You know what
is
I mean?
you can't, like, I understand when you're gambling and it's live and it's real and you can't fake that, right? But that's a game. It's enticing. But most real life is boring and you can't leave it to chance. Even when you're hunting pedophiles and you're doing shit, you can't leave a lot of things to chance. That's why they tend to over prepare. And that's why people stage shit a lot of times.
I'll tell you a sick one, actually.
Give me.
I forgot about. They did not tell me that the pedophiles were fake, right? Just to be clear. So in my brain, even to this day, I was always under the impression that they were real. A lot of viewers are giving feedback that it's scripted and staged and they're fake pedos, right? And my first thought was, Why would anybody ever subject themselves to this where it's going to live on a platform?
Dude, just to be with Vitaly and you.
So that's what everybody was saying, right? They're like, what do you mean?
Those reactions that they had on camera being slapped. If I didn't see a police officer and I just saw you and Vitaly and a guy with a streaming phone, I would have been like, fuck out of here and run. The fact that they're like almost hanging around for stage time, I'm like, I don't know. Some of these people are mentally fucked up. They're like, maybe I'll make it this way and get outed and somehow I'll have relevancy and they'll come out and be like, psych, it's all fake. But
there was a fake pedophile.
Tell me.
All right, I don't know how I forgot. Probably just because I was pissed. So they go to do the streams, right? Mind you, the manager hit me up and said, hey, we are having trouble getting celebrity guests. Can you call your friends, right? And then they
imagine they were like, hey, we're having trouble getting pedophiles. Do you have any pedophiles?
Well, what happened was...
I would have stepped in.
Imagine
you're like, I got this kid, blah, 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 and I would have just shown up. I would have played my part, just getting slapped.
Yeah, if you show up, that would be crazy.
It'd be like all your
you guys look
like,
related, so it'd be fucking crazy.
ALF has been banned in Mexico, but this one would have been way more real.
More real.
Yeah.
We caught Kirill.
So the manager calls me last minute, right? Mind you, for me, it's already burned, right? And he goes, hey, we're having trouble getting celebrity guests. Can you please call your friends? And I'm like, you already called my friends, like piss off, right? So they start doing the stream and they can't get guests. They're having really a lot of trouble getting people on, right? They were hoping to use me for that. I obviously I didn't do it.
Right.
So there's an episode, I think it's the second episode they do. The first was Lil Pump, and the second one was supposed to be like some celebrity. I think it was supposed to be Ryan, and I was like, no, right? So he does the stream without a celebrity guest. They end up having no pedophiles, no celebrity guests, no nothing. So he's in like an Airbnb laying.
Just eating his spicy chips?
He's just like chilling, laying in his bed on his phone. The pedophile that does come on screen, that's an actor.
Wow.
Yeah. They had a dead stream, no celebrity, no pedophile, so they had an actor come.
Because they needed to fill in the episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, bro,
I would have just jerked off on live.
I feel like that's regular in their world, and it's crazy because, the internet eats it up. Internet eats up the fake shit so fast.
That's not for me, bro. It's not regular for me.
It's wild.
I'm not game with that.
Yeah. That's insane.
I don't even know how you would fucking talk your way out of being like, oh yeah, I just took a quick acting gig. Oh, what'd you do? I played a pedophile in a kick stream. I guess to some people, they just treat it like Law and Order, right?
It's also, it's like, what are you putting on your resume?
You're like, I could put that on IMDb, pedophile number 3. Dude, that's fucking...
I mean, Vitaly's just very good.
Thank God I never answered his calls.
He's very good at orchestrating fake entertainment, which
apparently not.
Is that the actor? I can't remember. So it was on.
I can't tell who's the pedophile.
I can't remember if it was this pedo or a different pedo from the same stream. I think it is this guy.
Bro, these people hang around way too much for him not being a cop. Oh, the cops finally show up? That's all fake, dude.
Yeah, that's an actor.
Dude, there's no way that's happening.
Yeah,
Are you shitting me?
That's the guy that they had.
Bro, come on. Dude, if I'm about to risk my life to fuck a child, I'm getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Look, you see, it's so fake. He's telling him to get the fuck out of there. Wow,
yeah.
That's horrible.
So that's a paid actor pretending to
Somebody
be a pedophile.
said twist his nipples. Pedo. Yo, Vitaly, honestly, you're a little...
In that video, there's only one bad guy, and that's Vitaly.
The other guy's just an actor.
Vitaly has porn acting. That's how good. That's his level of acting. Get out of here! I don't want to see you anymore.
Well, because he speaks like my Russian dad, just broken English, right?
I gotta take a piss. Can we take a break real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
A little leak.
Wait, so who's hunting pedophiles now? Is he still doing this shit?
The series that he got paid by Kick to do just ended.
So he got his 500 racks.
I mean, yeah, he completed I didn't see the check.
We should start some sort of Kick thing.
Yeah,
if I was black, I would go hunt fat white girls. That'd be a great.
I think there's better. There's better.
I don't know what a lot.
Theo started doing the thing with the guys, like a very wholesome like thing with the whole Down syndrome people. I don't know. You saw those clips?
Yeah. But that's not like I couldn't.
But it's wholesome though.
Yeah, it's wholesome. I don't know if I could hang out with Down syndrome people all day.
I mean, you hang out with me.
Yeah, then like I said, I don't think I could do more of it. Yeah, but I make fun of you. I wouldn't be able to like herb a person with Down syndrome.
Of course not. That's crazy. Yeah. What else can we do? Give us some ideas, Mikki. You helped out Vitaly. What could we do? What kind of streaming could we do?
I mean, we could just go hunt pedophiles.
I mean, I support everybody doing that, even for no views. I think we just got to rid the world of pedophiles regardless.
Yeah.
How do you rid the world of pedophiles?
Blast them all.
Well, the only way you could do it is if you scare all pedophiles that they die as soon as they get caught. So
Yeah, but they're like it's like getting rid of jealousy, right? Like creeps are always going to be around.
unfortunately, in humans, the only way they stop doing something is if there's a big fear factor. That's just how humans function.
If you just kill enough pedophiles, I think a huge portion of them will just stop acting on it, and we'll never even know, and they'll go about their lives without ruining little kids' lives.
You know, that's why people nowadays steal and this and that and the third, because back in the day there would be like bigger punishments. Now it's not as big of a punishment.
So,
people are like,
I mean, let me ask this question, right? Do you think pedophiles exist because the people that they attack or their victims are helpless, or are they actually sexually attracted to children? Because if they're actually sexually attracted to children, that's a horrible, like I'm attracted to women, right? And that's not a crime. And that's like, imagine your sexual attraction is a burden. Like imagine you truly loved fucking children. And it wasn't about a power thing. It was like, I'm attracted to a 9-year-old girl, right? That's where you're like, you can't scare someone out of what they like.
Okay. I was an avid viewer of To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen. The reason for that was I used to like watch tons of like car crash videos, road rage videos, murder videos, stuff like this. And I'd fall asleep with these videos on and I'd get nervous.
no, falling asleep to that is a little psycho.
That's a nice way to float.
Yeah, but I mean, I still to this day love those videos. Like I'm in the Live Leak group chat. Like I see murder. I must have like 30,000 videos I still haven't even been able to watch yet that just come in every day, right? Of murder and suicide and stuff like this. And I love that stuff. But when I used to fall asleep to it, I'd get nervous and I'd wake up and it would seep into my subconscious and I would have unjustified road rage that could lead somewhere bad. My best friend was murdered in a road rage incident, right? He just got shot up, car to car. So I'm like, okay, I got to stop falling asleep to these videos. What other videos in the same like area would I be safe from? And I go, I know I will never be in a position to be with an underage person, right? It'll never happen. There'll never be a circumstance where I'll even get near that problem, right? So I go, oh, I can watch To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen and it could seep as much as it wants in my subconscious. There's nothing in the world that would put me in that position in real life, right? So I became an avid viewer of his content. So I started thinking like, what's up with these dudes where they just keep thinking it's okay to have sex with kids, right? Like that's crazy. So I started like studying a little bit on it just out of curiosity. And sort of to your point, what I found to be interesting was that it almost looked like they have like a sexual kink almost, right? Like there's like let's say you like big tits or you like voyeurism or like whatever like your heavy kink is, right? And none of us chose when we were kids like I'm gonna have a kink for etc. Right? We never chose that. And even as adults, sometimes we're like, I wish I didn't find this non-sexual thing attractive. And these dudes have that exact same mental thing that's outside their own control, right? That says, I like children.
Yeah, some guys like toes, some guys like kids.
I also think that
toes are just okay to fuck.
I think psychologically, I think these guys they grew up not ever experiencing any kind of attention from anybody, meaning like guys, girls, whatever it may be, because they feel like they weren't good enough or their confidence was low, this, that, the third. And as they get older, I feel like it becomes more of a, oh, wow, this person will talk to me. Because like a child is innocent, they would be like, "Oh, they will talk to me," and
that's what I'm asking. How
it becomes like I think it's 80% psychological. Because I think if they are in their early stages of their life were able to kick it with a chick or kick it with a guy, whatever their preference is, and they had the confidence to curate something from that, they wouldn't have to go to something that's weaker or more or easier to manipulate.
So it's nurture versus nature, and you think it's nurture.
I think it's some and some.
I think it's some and some, but I think that once it passes a certain age, I think it's more nurture, because to them it's more like psychological. Like, oh, I never even experienced this anyway, but I did experience talking to a young kid that did have a conversation with me. And
I understand you shine some light on me. It's like if a gay guy talks to me, right? I get excited because I'm like, oh my God, he has every other guy to hit on. Why is he's hitting on me, right? You feel a little like sunshine blasted on you.
Because you guys ever watched
Sunshine?
You guys ever watched Bird something? There was a
Bird Box?
Not Bird Box, but there was a TV show with the guy from Kingsman. And it was like based on a true story. It was a guy that his dad was a graveyard digger, and he was a graveyard digger too because he was raised on it. And he basically would talk to little girls. He would stop them in their tracks, and he would talk to them, and they would speak back to him. But as soon as they were mean to him and they didn't want to engage with him, he would kill them.
So you're saying that most men who are pedophiles just need to get some adult pussy and then they won't care about
No, 'cause
children.
a lot of them are married with kids.
Yeah, so it's
You
fucking
think
weird.
so?
Yeah. I was out there
How
catching
big was the
them.
number of that?
Like percentage wise,
Yeah.
I want to say like 25%.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like a huge sample size. I did it for 2 days. You know, like I don't know how many we caught, but like, yeah,
I mean, some of them might have been fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blackbird. This is where it's based off. So basically, this guy was basically put as basically like a Vitaly or you in jail because he got caught for coke charges, and he basically was supposed to get this guy to reveal all the bodies he buried because they couldn't really actually find what happened. He was on trial. And trial, they were basically trying to prove that this guy actually killed all these people, because what he would do is he would go to the feds and pretend that he would falsify these stories to get the glory from the actual killings. And then he would be like, oh, I'm just kidding. He would be like, oh, I'm just kidding. I think I'm crazy. And then they weren't able to like locate, like, yo, for real, like, is this guy the killer or he's not? So he was kind of like very good at manipulating the system. And then they put this guy as a mole into jail, and he got him to become very close friends because his mind was like a little kid. So he got him to trust him, and then he would be like, you don't even know where I buried them. And he was like, I buried them here. And then he started giving it away, and he was like, you fucking sick fuck. He's like, I got you. And then he was like, oh my God. And then just jail for life.
it's a good movie. Sounds like.
It's a good series. It's very good.
But I think some of it has to do with nature. There's a subreddit I used to fucking see. I don't see it anymore. Maybe they got deleted. It was pedophiles who knew they were pedophiles that would never act upon it. So it was these guys, and I would read these stories, and I felt so bad for them. This guy would be like, yo, I'm a 40-year-old man. I'm sexually attracted to children. I know it's wrong. I will never, ever, ever, ever act upon it. This is just a place for me to vent. This is the worst curse on the planet.
You don't think some of them are fake though on Reddit?
It doesn't matter, but there's these people
But there's a
exist who
point,
acknowledge
yeah.
it, right? Like someone is probably attracted to fucking dogs, right? And knows that society says no, so they behave. And they're like, it sucks that what I like is gross and hurts people. Like they're acknowledging that, right? Like there's probably killers out there that are like, something's wrong with me. I know I shouldn't be murdering people. And hopefully they don't act upon it, but a lot of people do. I think
That's willpower, right? It's like, yo, I know I shouldn't smoke weed, but if I don't, if I never touch weed, then that's the discipline.
it's
of life.
crazy when it comes to sex, though, right? Because once you get to sex, imagine having sex with a woman was illegal. How close would you fucking come before you were like, I gotta fuck a woman?
But hold on, it's not the legal part that would get me, right? I break the law all the time. I don't wear a seatbelt, right? I have no moral issue with that.
Right.
That's not ruining anyone's life or hurting anybody.
Right.
If what I was doing was ruining people's lives forever, hurting these children, innocent kids, there's nothing I'm just not doing. If
Right.
if whatever.
All right, so legal's the bad term. I use legal because
Coke
in
dealers
parts of the
ruin people's
world,
lives. You know what I mean?
co-dealers,
Coke.
Coke dealers.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but they're
But they
ruining the
still
lives
sell
of
it.
people.
Also
They're ruining the
different.
lives of people who are asking for it,
It's
right?
different.
It's like
It's
I'm
different.
asking you for Coke. No Coke dealers showing up and going ha ha, right? Like
There are dealers. There are dealers.
children,
no one's
There are
raping
sex traffickers and
you better
people that
take this
traffic
Coke.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. If my fetish was, sure, call it illegal, right? But I knew it was ruining the girls' lives like that we engaged in, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, brother. I
just don't.
Brother.
You know, the closest I've ever come to being a pedophile is like having my girl dressed in like a schoolgirl outfit, and those are like triggers on the internet. We'll be like, if you like your girl to dress like a kid, like you're already like in a red flag, and you're like, no, I just like visuals. It's a costume. It's slutty. My girl's old enough. Okay, it's boring. You live with a girl for 7 years. I don't want to see you in the same outfits. Like, I don't care if she's in a dinosaur onesie. Like, that's gonna turn
That
me
kind of
on.
goes hard, actually.
What, the dinosaur?
dinosaur?
Yeah, you ever want to fuck a dinosaur?
You know those costumes that are really big because they blow them up with air.
Yeah.
Also, imagine your girl in a dinosaur one of those.
I would fuck her inside her with it.
Yeah.
We're both in
Yeah.
there having sex.
That'd go hard. Yeah.
I mean, listen, people are obviously attracted to taboo and all that other stuff, but bro, there's a level of taboo.
Well, because most sex is supposed to be consensual, right? It's supposed to be both people are pleasured, right? And that's why most fetishes aren't looked upon as evil, right? Because you're like, oh, that guy likes to get beaten with a stick while tied up. And you're like, he wants it, she wants it. With a child, you're like, there's only one person that can consent to it, and that's the adult.
Yeah.
Everyone else, it's
Very
a power
crazy stuff,
dynamic.
though.
It's nuts. Dude, there was like a guy you hear about, okay, here's the thing, and this is going to sound crazy. Like you said, there's a certain age after which it's nurture. Where it's like, okay, if a dude's fucking a 14-year-old, you're like, he just needs somebody to talk to, and he's mental. But like the dudes that are like fucking like a baby, that's where I'm like, bro, like,
sicko.
Skin you and your entire family, because that needs to leave the gene pool.
My brother, I'd sicko to begin with in every shape, form. But if you were, like,
how small is your dick if you're fucking babies?
What are you doing, brother?
In a weird way, this is a personal, like, independent thing I have. I think bothers me more than like a baby is when they beat to death babies. Like when because most of the time when like a baby or an infant is like malnourished or dies from abuse, it's the parents. When a baby
who else would it be, right?
Yeah, when a baby's like, there's often times that it's not directly the parents. So like that one is like, it just seems different. Like when you're literally beating your infant child to death or starving them and locking them in closets, that one really.
Yeah. So what kind of parent are you that you're letting your baby hang out with the?
You know what happens also? I don't know what happens. I don't know if it's by country, if it's by culture or whatever it is. I feel like a lot of people have an issue respecting power. Meaning like, like if you're a black belt in jiu-jitsu, like that most of those guys don't walk around fighting people. They're like, yo, it's all good.
Well, they're taught discipline.
I'm saying, like, most people don't respect power. So some of these guys obviously never got slapped around and were like told, yo, homie, you got to chill out, bro. Like, you're older. You shouldn't be taking advantage of somebody. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that. Even when I'm stuck in traffic and I want to beat somebody to shreds because they fucking did something crazy.
Discipline.
I look at this person and I'm like, but what points am I going to get for slapping this guy?
Right, but you know what? The internet creates a confirmation bias, right? If I want to fuck a child, if I just used to say that out loud, people beat the shit out of me. Now I can find a group of other child fuckers. The way the internet works, right? Like
exactly. They start going into groups.
So they go into those groups, and everyone's like, "Yo, we're normal. They're fucked up."
And that's why the liberal. That's why we have all these blue-headed idiots standing outside talking about, "Oh, we should do this. We should sympathize for that." And next thing you know, you have a group, and everybody's normalizing it.
Did you know that same group finds the word pedophile offensive and they came up with a new term?
Oh, what's the term? It's like
find this term, bro.
They're like, they're people too, bro. I hear you. I know.
They're not. They're
I hate
animals.
when British people say pedophile because they call it a pedophile. I'm like, ew. That's even creepier.
Minor attracted person.
That's how people feel about me. I'm minorly attracted to Kirill. I'm a minor attractive person.
Bro, me
Barely,
too.
and I'm pushing the attract. I'm minor. I'm mostly ugly person.
I'm minor attractive.
Let's talk about some besides pedophiles.
Yeah, the pedo talk was a little long for sure.
It was great. Good substance. You know how hard it is for anybody to argue anything we just said? They're going to lose if they say anything, but
a lot of people would. That's the scary part.
Yeah.
A lot of, what scares me about this country recently is like some of the conversations that I grew up I was like, yo, I was taught this is bad, and they're kind of like sympathizing for it's for the aggressors now. It's like the victims are not. It's just weird. Things changed. I don't know how to explain it. Like the aggressors are basically the victims.
Yeah, well, like we always talk about, language controls communication, right? And it's like the fact that we're like watering down our language also kind of like makes everything like there's no strong opinions. Strong opinions are like not even like everyone's got to love each other. And like I got to accept you.
In my family back in the day, like if I was to get in trouble in school, I would get slapped. No matter how right I was. I'd be like, don't do that again. You put yourself in that position. You fucked up.
Yeah, and now it's like your child fucks up, the parent shows up and slaps the principal, not the kid.
Correct.
And they're like,
my mom was like, it doesn't matter. She goes, I don't care what the other kid said. You shouldn't be saying anything to begin with.
you shouldn't have been in that position.
Right.
Yeah.
So you put yourself in that position, so you're already wrong.
So we're actually producing more pedophile bait, because when I was younger, I get slapped. I'd be like, all right, I know how to dodge a slap. I know how to dodge a pedophile.
Yeah, and even my brother too. When something happened, my brother's like, why were you there? It's like you
exactly.
He goes, I will say something, but you should also. It's good that you got rocked.
Fine.
Yeah.
He goes, let's go on the opposite. And if you don't want to talk pedophiles, what's the oldest age woman you'd fuck?
Would?
Yeah.
It's a trick question because it depends on the woman. Like if you're telling me like I have a real chance at sleeping with Hillary Clinton,
Hell yeah.
I'm in.
I'm in for the story.
Yeah.
I'll fuck Nancy Pelosi right now.
For the power.
I'll fuck her on chat roulette. Leak it. I don't give a shit.
Chat roulette only.
I'll leak it myself.
If Nancy Pelosi fucks me at a certain age gap, is she a pedophile?
Yeah.
How old's Nancy Pelosi? She's like
Nancy Pelosi's like Fallout. Like she reminds me of a Fallout character. Like
84.
Like I'm in.
You don't have to pull out.
Oh my god.
we are literally characters out of a Fallout, the TV show. No, like especially you and you. You guys are like
never seen
Wasteland characters out of Fallout.
Never seen it.
I feel like I would catch you guys in the Wasteland somewhere.
Oh,
You never watched Fallout?
Uh-uh.
Wow, what a sick show.
Fallout. So like we'll experience it in 20 years in real life.
Yeah, when nuclear war happens and people survive, and then they have to
That's what's the scary part, right? Is when society breaks down. That's when all the criminals and pieces of shit will come out. And that's why you'll see a lot of this regression to like child brides and shit like that. Because that happens all over the world anyways in countries where it's kind of like, it looks like a nuclear fallout happened.
How civil will you be in an uncivil world? You know what I mean?
Well, something else
question.
that happens every time that there's anarchy comes conformment. So there will be leading groups in a uncivilized world that are instilling their version of civilization. You know what I mean?
Or what their version of right is, right? Like we could go to a nuclear fallout and then the people who repopulate this earth might all be child fuckers.
I think if
they beat the rest of the vigilante groups that are against it.
I got a quick story for you guys. As we keep living in the world that we live in right now, it's way harder to do the right thing. And also because of how instant the gratification is in the world that we live in.
Well, it's hard to do the right thing, Val, because everyone gets on your back for trying to do anything.
So check this out. Yesterday, my girl got her first extraction done in the dental school. So she got her first extraction. I was running from client to client. I was in a rush. I went to Vons and got some flowers and a card for my girl to congratulate her. I'm in a rush. My wallet falls out. And I have a super old school wallet. It's like this. It's money.
That's not a wallet. It's a rubber band.
Rubber band.
Yeah, guys, I got one of those old school wallets. That's a rubber band.
So I got the John Gotti wallet. This is what I call it. Okay, so this is the John Gotti
That's
wallet.
Vitaly's entire bank
So
account.
look, this is how the money's tied up, right? So this thing falls out of my pocket in Vaughn's parking lot. Some lady finds a PBA card here, calls my boy, he's a cop, and it's 2 a.m. in New York. He calls me, he's like, yo, some lady found your wallet. She calls me, she goes, hey. She goes, I found your wallet. She goes, I saw a bunch of money in cards and stuff like that. She goes, can I return this to you? I said, what? I said, what the
I would have said, there's no cash.
So in my head, right away, I'm like, bro, she's definitely going to grab the cash. Who cares? At least I get all my cards back because it's a headache to get the ID and everything else. This lady comes with this wallet with all the cash in the wallet.
What'd you do for her?
I gave her $150 and I told her that I would take care of her son for her haircut. I was like, thank you so much for doing that. I said, I really
That's very
appreciate it.
nice.
And I said, I was running around and this is all my haircut money that I got from the day. And I was like, what do you do for work? Because I wanted to see if I can help her out in any way. She's like, I'm a bus driver. I'm like, okay. I'm like, does your son go to a specific barber? She's like, no, I cut his hair. She goes, it would help if you teach me how to do his hair so I can cut it. And I was like, not a problem. I said, I'll give your son a haircut.
That's not worth it. The $150 is enough. I don't need to fucking hang out with a weirdo.
No, that's nice. That's
No,
That is
Like,
cute.
yo,
That's great.
I'm just telling
Do
you.
it on
that-
Kick next time so you get some love for it.
I'm just telling you that I want to shine some light because, bro, in New York, this thing would have been gone. They would have just took the money and threw the shit in.
Yeah, because I'm like, this guy doesn't deserve the fucking money. He literally has a rubber band as a wallet.
My point is that it's way harder to do the right thing in the world that how he's explaining it. Everybody it thinks like you. That's the difference. But that's what I'm trying to say. That's the same mentality that why we keep populating more predators, more this, more that, because people are like, oh, fuck that. Who cares? I'll jerk off an extra time for some child porn. I'll do this. I'll do that.
Okay, don't compare child porn to me not returning a wallet. Okay,
But
like
I'm saying,
fuck you. I'm too lazy.
I feel like we got to a point where everyone's like, yo, who cares? Fuck him. Fuck that. I'll throw garbage on the ground. I'll do this. And it just...
I do hate littering.
I don't litter.
Littering bothers me so much.
Yeah, littering bothers you, but returning a wallet doesn't.
Yeah, that's littering.
You know how annoying. You know how much
littered the fucking parking lot. I would have thrown it in the trash.
How
Man,
much of
get
a
this
headache
crap.
I would have with all of this, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking annoying.
Yeah, so it
as
didn't
fuck.
teach you any lesson. You didn't get a new wallet. You just go, oh, the universe has got me.
Wallet. It's about rushing. I shouldn't rush. That's the whole moral of the story. It fell out.
How about a real wallet?
A real wallet wouldn't help. It's still.
It
The
wouldn't
same
have fallen
size.
out like that.
You know what happened to me once?
Get a Velcro one, like something.
Yeah, Velcro on. What do I look like? A fucking rock climber?
What's that?
Put it in your fanny pack.
Yeah, seriously, just boof it.
Yeah, fanny pack. Man. It's a fucking 80s workout class.
Yo, you remember the BLM riots that were happening in LA? You don't remember during COVID? Beginning of COVID? Oh.
Beverly
Like
Hills.
the biggest thing. You remember those? What?
What do you mean? Like LeBron was talking about.
Yeah.
I got arrested on the second day of the LA riots as a protester, and so
Which side were you on?
I was on the people side. I am the people.
Which people? The cops are people too.
No, they're not.
Well,
I was on the people side. I was not siding.
You could
with
say black
the
people.
cops.
You were on the
It was
B.
all people.
You were on the B.
It was anybody who's
Yeah,
not.
but it's a
anybody
scheme.
who's not a
though.
cop.
They schemed us.
Everything's a scheme.
They schemed us
The
hard.
BLM Foundation did.
They
yeah.
caught us.
But as a whole, like as a movement, right?
I mean, sure.
I was
But they
with the
weren't
people.
there for that. They were there for the check.
Or,
sucks.
or did that idea spur from its natural like creation? That's what I think happened. I don't think it was. Like,
Yeah, capitalism applies to everything.
Yeah.
I
pretty
really
fast.
know it's a scheme when they have enough money to start putting taxi advertisements in New York City. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you got to treat it like running. You got to treat it like running a marathon, right? Like if they really cared about your health and everything, they would make it free, right? So like at the end of the day, everything is a scheme. Everywhere you go, everywhere you turn. Johnson & Johnson might help you by producing crazy medicines, but at the same time, they're also charging you, right? What name a hustle?
Hard to argue, brother. You got me there.
Right. So BLM, continue.
Yeah, so I get arrested on the second day as a protester, and I drove my Audi. This was probably the coolest car I ever had. Was this particular Audi, and I drive it and I park it. I think it's like Larchmont Village, right? So it's like a rich area, away from the chaos, away from the rioting, away from the protests. I park it over there and I walk to the protest. Well, as the protests evolved through the evening, the cops were shutting down certain areas of LA, and they had shut down the area where my car was. So I get arrested. I go to jail. I get out in the morning. And I go to my car and I see that it's been beat to shreds. It's like totaled and it's sitting in the same spot, right? So I knock on the door. It's in Larchmont Village, beautiful house, right? Like nice neighborhood. I knock on the door and a woman answers and I go, hey, that's my car out there. It's immobile, obviously. Do you mind if I just leave it here on the side of the road next to your house until I figure out what to do with it? Yeah. She goes, no problem. So like, I don't know, like 2 weeks goes by until the riots settle down and like you can get in there and like do your thing safely. So I go and I have my car picked up. I go and I bring a really nice bottle of wine to give to the owner of the house to say thank you for not making my life harder, right? Well, I go and I knock on the door. It takes a really long time for someone to answer, but I see this person moving like behind the stained glass or whatever. Right. And it's just me. I'm just holding a bottle of wine. And some dude opens it like this, like just enough for his eye. And he's like, can I help you? What are you doing? And I'm like, I just have this bottle of wine. That was my car out there. Like, I just want to say thank you, for like not making it worse for me. And the dude was so petrified for me trying to do a good deed that he'd never even opened the door, asked me my name or nothing. He just stuck his arm out, grabbed the wine, and closed the door on me.
Well, because the time was kind of wild.
Right.
Yeah, and I look like this.
It's kind of crazy that the people you were marching with beat the shit out of your car.
There's a way bigger story, and I think it was actually the cops who did it.
Or the owner of the house. He was like, what the fuck's this car outside of my house?
No, I think it was the cops. I'm telling you, there's a whole different part of the story.
So sick. Oh, be sick to my stomach.
Did that happen to my sister in Brooklyn? Did I ever tell you this shit? This is hilarious. My sister moved to Brooklyn. She has a BMW. It was like her college car she saved up for. She moves to Brooklyn after college. She's living in like a rougher part of Brooklyn. Parks her car on the street. Walks out the next day. Car's just covered in dents. And she's like, what the fuck is this? This whole car's like fucking like, not totaled, but just like beat up.
Abused, yeah.
Abused. And she's just like, all right, this neighborhood sucks, blah, blah, blah. A month later, some fucking nobody Brooklyn rapper releases a music video and they filmed a video jumping on her car.
No way.
And my sister goes, look, I got my insurance check and my car's in a music video, so not bad. But I'm like, dude, that's my biggest thing is like, I guess I don't like when people fuck with my shit. Because that's when I see red, and that's where it's like, it's hard because you're just like, well, I'm gonna sue you. It's like, no, I want to saw your head off if you do something to my shit.
For sure.
And it's like, leave my shit alone.
Yeah.
Right? That's the thing. That's why I don't like littering. It's like, leave the place I live clean and don't mess with my property.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
hear you. But most people, it's funny. There's some
people just get jealous and start keying Teslas.
During the riots, when the cribs would get raided, like people would just like homeless people would just run into these Beverly Hills houses, this and that, and just abuse these cribs. And you're like, oh, they're poor people. Like,
I get that.
Let them. I don't get.
No, I don't say don't let them.
Absolutely.
Kill them all. But if I was homeless, I would be like you. I see both sides.
But
What do they think?
They're not, right?
What do they think?
So-
They're good Charlotte?
Lifestyles of the rich and the famous.
I get it. Let them. Let them yell.
No, I don't say let them. I want them dead. But if I'm in their position,
$200,000 kitchen.
if I'm in that position, I'm robbing that mansion.
See the new car I got?
The McLaren?
I got another McLaren, yeah.
The white one?
Yeah.
Sick.
I'm wrapping it.
Yeah, I saw that one.
I'm wrapping it crazy.
That's a fire whip.
Thank you.
How much did that go for MSRP?
I have a special thing worked out with O'Gara in Beverly Hills. The car, I think if you buy it, is like $310, I think.
Oof. That's a price tag. It's a nice car.
What would you see? What would you do if you saw Vitaly driving in a brand new McLaren?
That would probably.
I'll film a music video on that car.
That would probably.
Still got
really
the G-Wagon?
You know what happened?
What?
Oh my God,
Does he have a wagon now?
bro! Rico and Ian were driving it in San Francisco. Got into a serious wreck on the Bay Bridge. They both went into comas, and they said that Rico was paralyzed from the neck down.
Whoa. Who are these people?
Your boy?
Yeah, the one that was here last time.
No way.
Bro, my two best friends.
With Vitaly's G-Wagon?
No, mine.
Oh.
Yeah. Bro, okay, so I will say this. Ian is released from the hospital. He's alive and not in a coma. Rico is going to spend a few more weeks in the hospital. He's alive, not in a coma, and they just did surgery on his back, and he's not going to be paralyzed, but he will. God. They're both in wheelchairs, and Rico will be in one for about a year.
Oh,
but they're both going to like basically be okay.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I just spent the whole week in San Francisco in the ICU. They were in the same.
I saw
wing.
you've been putting up pictures, but I didn't see Rico. I saw you the other guy that you kept putting up pictures with.
Rico was in the coma basically the whole time, so like. Only when he was out of the coma would I be like, yo, he wanted me to like post him and stuff.
Well, they were wilding out in the car, or
not even, bro. Rico was sleeping across the bench, the back seat with his girl. They were both laid out in it sleeping. Ian was in the passenger seat. This other moron was driving. Dude did a whip it. Nobody was like, Rico was sleeping. Ian maybe was sleeping or not paying attention. Dude did a whip it, fell out. They hit the wall of the Bay Bridge, but they were
did a whip it while driving.
The kid did, the driver, yeah. I know who the kid is. He's an idiot. He always was dumb.
It's crazy. Whippets are back in style.
Yeah.
I always thought whippets were like a poor person drug.
Yeah, it's like I don't know.
I mean, you gotta be. I think you've got to be mentally fried out to the whippets or any of those drugs, bro. The last 5 seconds, you're about to be brain dead. Like, what are you doing, bro?
He did it while driving. He was flying.
Yeah, you have people in the car with you.
He was flying down the Bay Bridge, bro. So he nods out, right? Falls out while holding the steering wheel. Turns straight into the wall. The car's still moving forward. So Ian grabs the wheel to correct it. The kid half wakes up, overcorrects, goes in a head-on traffic, hits a car head-on. And there's an investigation, so they won't confirm. But we're pretty sure the kid killed people in the passenger car.
Bro, what a scumbag.
Yeah, and the kid is on the run now. None of us could find him.
Really?
We don't have anything to do with the kid. He was always a scumbag.
That's our show. Let's go hunt that kid down.
Yeah, we should hunt that idiot.
The cops robbed $200K out of the G-Wagon too. There's a paper trail of it. The cops are dumb, bro. The first cop on the scene was a good guy. He's like a regular cop.
200,000 though. Is it legal? 200,000 though.
Listen, I'm not a lawyer.
You see, that's the problem. You're not gonna be able to do nothing with that.
It's the biggest gang on the planet.
That's why it's the easiest way to steal that money. Cops always do that. If it's cash, you can't account for, like, paper wise. Like, if you can't be like,
maybe they can account. I don't know.
I'm saying if you can't.
Yeah, I mean that's why the smartest thing.
That's why drug dealers never, if they get caught with cash, you don't go fighting for that cash. Yeah. Then you're gonna get yourself clipped even harder.
So what you're saying is like, don't carry cash in a rubber band at all times.
If you're doing bad shit, yeah, because it's the same thing. You're not gonna be able to go, yo, you took my 200,000, and they'll be like, oh yeah, but you sell kilos of cocaine. So what's up?
I got caught with a bunch of guns once, and I did go after them to get the guns back.
Yeah, but you probably have a license,
buddy? I don't even have a driver's license.
I didn't think you were gonna Bobby Schmurder yourself like that.
But the gun.
They're all collectibles.
Guns is more specific, because if I really break that one down, guns by themselves are not illegal. Those guns were not illegal. If theoretically they were in my possession or used in the commission of a crime by me, the crime is illegal, not the guns. So the guns can be taken into evidence to use against me in the crime, but they are not prohibited by nature.
Wow.
So wait, okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy.
The guns terrify me.
You guys saw Diddy's apology?
No.
Apology video to Cass.
I mean, how do you even apologize for that shit?
No, but the way he apologized was like, can we play this video? Please?
Yeah, dude, his apology video is embarrassing.
Yeah, can we just play this video?
He should have just fucking rapped it over a beat.
Video is inexcusable.
This morning, Sean Diddy.
Yeah, let's get the original. Yeah. It's on his Instagram, isn't it? He still has it up.
What video is he just referring to?
Bro, so you don't know what happened. This is the craziest thing. Diddy's been denying all the shit, being like, yo, when the truth comes out about Cassie's his ex, then she was like, yo, this motherfucker like beats women. No one trusted her because they're like, oh, there's no evidence, blah, blah. they have footage from a hotel from like 15 years ago or 10 years ago where he's wearing a bathrobe and she's running away from him in a hallway of a hotel, going to the elevator, and he like literally stomps her, kicks her, and then drags her back to the room by her hair. And they're literally, the LAPD is not prosecuting it because it's past the statutes of limitation, but because the video leaked, he now has to release an apology video.
You know what's crazy about that video and when he's beating Cassie? Like the way he grabs her and shoves her to the ground and all that stuff and then kind of kicks her.
Let's play that one
and
too.
And then drags her. Yeah. I don't know why I watched that video and it reminds me of my mom when she like made me do homework. Like, I don't know.
Oh, because your mom would do the same thing Diddy does. She has so much confidence. So you walk around with a robe in one hand and then just slapping the shit out of you. You're like, oh, this woman's a pro. And Diddy, it's not his first time hitting a woman if he's just stumbling around.
Correct. Because you got to have confidence to be that famous to run out with your cockster out with a towel to go beat a chick that's famous too. In the middle of the hotel.
Can you pull up the beating video? Just do Diddy, Cassie, hotel footage.
Nothing's better than 50 though.
Oh, look at this. Look at this footage. She's leaving. Look at this. That's a pro. That's my mom chasing after me after I lied to her. Look at this.
Shows Combs assaulting
his
girlfriend, Cassie Ventura,
dude.
in a hallway at a Los Angeles hotel.
Dude, and those fucking gay ass socks too.
Look at this one. Yo, that's insane.
Yo, how much money do you think he paid the hotel?
That's messed up, bro.
To hide that footage.
And look, and the thing is, he then took her back into the room and broke a vase over her head. It's a violation, honestly. He's super, super grimy.
Protect black women.
Let me see his apology.
Oh, the apology's fucking clown show. I'm gonna now hunt pedophiles.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. But sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
What's wild is the only thing he can do is hunt pedophiles now to resurrect his career.
I heard after you beat women,
I'm going to tell you one thing.
After you beat a woman, he's a little bit, guys. I'll be on Kick next week with Ryan Garcia and Mikki, and we're going to be fucking hunting pedophiles and getting me in good graces.
I'm going to tell you one thing about that. If you're at that level and you think in your head that you committed to running out of the room and letting yourself impulsively do the things that you're doing, like that are running through your head, bro, can you imagine the type of things homie's getting away with?
Yeah, killing Tupac.
Do you understand that you have
when he's calculated how much scarier?
He's not even fully dressed,
right,
bro.
Not dressed at all. He's got a towel.
Yeah, you're
and
saying
not only that, but did you see homies in socks? The socks that he had on?
Yeah.
He had Assholes Live Forever socks on.
I wish.
He had the Assholes Live Forever fucking style socks on.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I saw the skull with the.
I might have to AI the fucking socks, but guys, I don't know.
I could have.
Look how comfortable they were. He didn't even have to put on shoes to beat this bitch.
Look how hard he can kick her into my socks.
Look how soft. She just went, ow, it's not even that bad. The socks are cushioning.
But you see money though, she settled for the check. And
Hell
now,
yeah.
And now she's kind of coming back for more, but it's like.
That's a crime, dude.
I think the fact that she settled and then she's coming back around, what do you guys think about that?
I think that's the way you play it. If a hospital that does malpractice, I want money and I want you to go to jail.
Yeah.
Like a crime's been committed.
Right.
Why not get paid and let that person be punished? Right. Why am I supposed? The punishment doesn't make my boo-boos go away. Money might.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and he's not even punished, dude. What are they doing? This guy's been on the run.
That's so
for so long.
What do you think about this?
How much do you think the tape cost for the hotel to leak or not leak for 15 years?
It's kind of a confusing situation for me because I'm not litigious by nature and I'm not a snitch and I prefer street justice over court justice.
Me too, yeah.
So it's like,
Watching that doesn't irk you?
No, of course. Like I don't even know what to say. I was like speechless. You know what I mean?
Because it's like it's not like he did a shove like give me the bag, right? Like move her out of the way, give me the bag, come back inside. He didn't even. It's none of that. It's like no, like bitch, I'm fucking you up.
Dude, that's at the Century City like fucking shitty courtyard in Marriott, right? Like first of all, what is he doing there? Probably had the whole floor.
This part I can like get behind, and it's almost even cute if he did it this way. Instead of grabbing her around the throat and stomping her on the ground, he could have just like swooped her up over his shoulder and been like, baby, come back inside, let's talk about it.
Yeah, there's a different way to do it. But my man,
if you're gonna beat up a woman, do it nice.
Not
like he's not talking about that though. He's talking about like a bad fight, like stop it.
Yeah,
Boom,
like you had a
let's
bad
go.
fight with your
Yeah, I mean,
girl,
I don't
you
have the
argued.
money to beat my girlfriend. That's all we're saying. It's like I'm too poor right now. Still, I have to have like cordial fights.
He pulled the Training Day though. That was straight Denzel from Training Day, no?
He yoked her.
He was like, yo, I'm unstoppable. I run this town.
But you have to, I mean, it's logical that there's going to be cameras everywhere. He didn't even think about it.
Nah, but when you're at that level, you just have fixers, right? You're probably like, yo, get that footage, buy it off of them, hush money, because you have so much money, you can be impulsive, right? I don't have enough money to be that impulsive.
My mom used to catch me like that when I was like, I'm leaving this house. I don't want to live here anymore. I'm not doing this homework. And she was like, yeah, we'll see about that. And then I would get yanked right back into the house and get...
It's a weird place. I haven't found myself anywhere near that. You know how I operate? This is how my moral compass is directed. I always say to myself, how would I feel if whatever I'm about to do or say was made public for everybody? And if I'm like, oh, I wouldn't care, that's how I know it's acceptable.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, when you feel like the cameras are rolling on you, because that's how you keep integrity. That's why when you do something, when you do it behind closed doors, you got to do it as if the whole world is watching you.
Right, and that doesn't make you a shitty person because you're scared of the truth. It's also just kind of like, trust me, there's plenty of times I've wanted to punch my girlfriend in the face. What stopped me most of the time is I don't want to hurt her, but also I don't want anyone to find out I punched my girlfriend in the face.
But
that's a big deterrent.
But not only what's right and wrong, what's good and bad. Because if someone doesn't teach you, you have to say, how would I be okay with the whole world judging me on this? Because if so, and I'm like, yeah, I can stand on that. Then I go, I can probably stand on whatever I'm about to say or do. I know it's a good or righteous thing. But if I'm like, no, I'm ashamed or embarrassed, then know it's a bad thing.
It's a lot of things though. It's the same thing as the jiu-jitsu example that I said. It's like, you're bigger and stronger. Like, what are you doing, brother?
What are you doing? It's just a guy abusing his power, right? That's it. You're just like, dude, you pissed me off. I'm Diddy. I do whatever I want. I'm a dictator.
I mean, my man, it's like...
Arguably one of the most powerful men in black culture.
Brother,
brother.
Right? Like, brother love.
Brother, ew, brother.
I wish Diddy beat me up. I'll take that check all day.
Yo, I got a really close inner circle friend who, before this Diddy stuff broke on the internet, he used to talk about the time that Diddy and his people approached him for what was clearly being implied as underage gay sex.
Yeah.
He used to tell a story about it all the time, way before the Diddy stuff broke.
You ever went to one of the parties?
I've never met Diddy. I've never
met a lot of people that have, though?
Yeah. I've never asked nobody, like, what's your direct experience?
Yeah, I only photographed one party with him. He was fucked up and dancing in front of Kygo.
He was kind of annoyed though, right, that day?
When I took too many photos, yeah.
Because you had the other.
Me and Kev.
Yeah.
He was annoyed by Kevin at the time
because Kevin was being aggressive,
trying to get photos with him the whole time.
Yeah, I remember that. He was like,
I mean, dude, back then, like, yeah, it's Diddy. Like, that's the thing is, like, you know, some of your heroes, or not heroes, but some of the people that you're like, oh, that would have been
Diddy was
cool
never a hero for me.
It's not a hero, but Val, like, you wouldn't fucking give a, like, if Diddy had nothing, allegations against him, and he showed up in here, I might not be a fan of you, but I'd be like, that's dope. Yeah. Diddy's here.
He was iconic.
He was. He embodied black excellence at the time, right? Like, came out of nothing, built an empire, and, you know, slang vodka and shitty
he was
suits.
always mad aggro. You guys ever watch that Building a Band or whatever? When he would send them for cheesecakes and shit like that.
Yeah, you have to get it from the other borough.
Yeah,
exclusively.
Yeah, but that's good TV.
No, back in the day, we used to. It was able to. But yo, if we bring all that footage back, bro, everybody from there, they're like, yo, he's sick.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens, Val. I'll tell you this, right? If I get convicted or accused of a crime, they're going to look back at everything I've done and paint it in a different light, right? Yeah. Same thing with everything you've done and you've done. They'll be like, oh, you know, like, Val did this once to me. And you're like, dude, what? That was not what happened at all.
Yeah.
50's been abusing this dude, Diddy.
I know. And he just sold a doc to Netflix about it.
They bid it. They were having a bidding war, and Netflix, and he knew he was going to give it to Netflix anyway, because Netflix says it would be the best option anyway. But yo, 50 is honestly my favorite villain.
Did you see the comment about him like doing all the Diddy shit? Someone goes like, "Hey, now I know why this guy." Well, I'm using the word guy, but they use the N-word. Now I know why this guy got shot so many times. But yo, my man doesn't shut his mouth.
50 started. I don't know if you guys ever heard the song "How to Rob." That was the first song that popped him off. It was basically a song where he was coming for everybody in the industry, and he said he's gonna rob everybody. And he basically said something about, "Yeah, tell Diddy to go to the ATM and get the bread for me." And it was one of the lines. He was always abusing him. Always.
Yeah, 50 was always that kind of guy. He was always
best.
like that come get me guy.
Very consistent.
Yeah.
Very consistent.
Yeah, still the same.
Very consistent.
And that's crazy that in the rap world, you know, everyone demonized Eminem, and he just had like this first dance with his daughter this weekend. And they're like, wow, imagine a guy who was arguably one of the biggest pieces of shit in hip hop from a lyric standpoint ends up being a good person. It's like judging books by its cover.
Eminem was sagging his tuxedo pants, I think, in the picture.
Yeah, he's still dressing like basketball players were dressing like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Bro, I started taking Accutane, and luckily, one of my worst side effects is there's way too much saliva in my mouth, so I'm always like about to drool, but my tongue and my lips are super dry.
I don't know what we could do about
what's happening? Is that allergies you said?
Accutane?
Yeah, do you have to do a suicide check-in?
So I don't have
My
to do,
girl had to do that.
So I don't have to do suicide check-ins, but I'm more scared of that side effect than anything else. So me and my people, we're like every day, I do like 10 check-ins a day just to make sure that I don't have any of the mental side effects.
My girl had pretty bad acne. She did Accutane. Accutane's the pill, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, she had to check in to make sure that she wasn't getting pregnant, because your baby will literally come out fucking downsy.
Oh, whoa.
It's a
Nice.
suicide pill right there.
Chill.
Right. And then it's supposed to fuck with your hormones where people get suicidal. But someone's like, yo, I have more pimples on my face. I'd rather kill myself from that.
Listen to this lyric from 50. I just wanted because I want to clip this, okay?
Just put it into the... Oh, you're not going to play it?
I'll snatch Kim and tell Puff if you want to see her again, dance your ass down to the nearest ATM. You understand?
Kim Porter?
No, Little Kim.
Porter. I thought he was talking about Kim Porter, his ex.
Because he had Lil Kim as the artist, so he said, dance your ass down to the nearest ATM, meaning like, pay me off so I can release her. So he was just abusing him from the get, and I love it.
Yeah.
That's one of the artists that always stay true to himself. Like, it doesn't matter if he's liked or not liked. He's like, I'm out of this camp. I'll build my own empire. Love him.
Can I, while we're on the subject of hip hop, you guys know music enough? Can we discuss Apple's 100 best albums list that they released? Number one, like, don't get me wrong, great album, but Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was Apple's number one album of all time.
Based on sales, or like they had
they just someone
list AI.
Yeah, some fucking shit, dude. You're telling me Thriller by Michael Jackson?
Oh, and they voted like on a.
I think some fucking like blogger was like, "Here's our list." What? Look at this shit.
Yeah, who's in charge of this list? I want to know.
Well, you could also pay your way to the top of any list.
Yeah, but she ain't paying nothing, bro.
Dude, you know how fucking do you know how crazy Lauryn Hill is? She's been touring her entire career off one album. She's never made more music.
Nah, you guys are bugging, bro.
Number one, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Like, shut the fuck up. Sorry.
What is you think the number one album
Of all time.
Of all time? Oh,
it's so subjective,
sure,
though.
bro. Yeah.
No, I mean, there's stuff where you can at least be like, what do you think's above this one? Fine. Don't go number one. What's better than Lauryn Hill?
Well, a lot, but
yeah.
But you could even look back. So this is what I would say. I would say my answer probably lies in an album whose album's name I don't know. It probably comes from some older music that samples are used for all modern hip hop today.
I think it was Beatles. You know why? Because the Beatles affected culture for like decades and decades, and it affected the entire world.
Yeah, that's a great argument. Yeah. The only
So did Michael Jackson.
So did Michael Jackson.
So did Madonna.
But I think Beatles had more of an effect fashion-wise,
yeah, because they were
culture-wise.
black. So there was no racism at play.
But you know what?
Exactly.
There's more samples of Michael Jackson's music still used today than there's Beatles.
Well,
so then does
that's
that have a bigger impact or influence on culture?
That's
right. But if you told me it was Beatles or Michael Jackson number one, I'd be like, I believe it.
Yeah,
Lauryn Hill, I'm like, bro, she could be on the
Lauryn Hill
list.
didn't impact nobody in Ukraine. Yeah. Let me tell you that much in 1990.
Yeah.
So let's just keep it.
Plus, she hates white people, so it's like you're already like, eh.
Is that true?
Yeah, she doesn't like white people.
See, like,
I mean, I get it. I
see, like
white
Russians
people.
are playing it in villages. The Beatles, look, the Beatles.
That's because we're in Russia. They're just getting the Beatles. They're like, have you heard new artist? He's a Michael Jackson.
My brother, but that's
Vitaly's in Russia right now. Like, oh my God, the one album just dropped by the Beatles.
But that makes sense, right?
You want to know what an album?
When in a cafe in fucking Russia that doesn't even have the internet playing Beatles, you're like, whoa.
Bro, Eddie Murphy party all the time, easily better than anything Lauryn Hill's done.
I agree. I say I agree, but I'm talking
But
about.
I'll tell you
how far
what,
did it travel.
my mom's favorite song on the planet is Lauryn Hill, Fugees, the iconic song. What the fuck is that song? God damn it, their number one song. You know, everyone knows that one. I'll give them. What's that song? Come on, guys.
Nick Cannon's album had more impact in my life than Lauryn Hill.
Because you're from Jersey. That's why.
Killing Me Softly. Yeah.
Killing me
Softly with his song. Yeah. That's I'll give it that.
I want to take you to a Russian dinner. I don't know. I feel all the Russians and Ukrainians back in Brooklyn love you so much.
Yeah,
you're like
because they're schemers.
Yeah, of course, because they love you because like you're into gambling, you got tattoos, you're Jewish. It's like you're like a full package of what they're like. Tell me about Mikki Mase. I want to be like him. I want to be like Mikki. They're like 19-year-old kids. They're like in love with him, bro. They go and start a poker game because I want to be like Mikki.
Shout out my Ukrainian
Step
New
one,
Yorkers.
don't use a rubber band as a wallet.
Bro, relax. Like,
Step 2, have too much money to be able to hold it in a rubber band.
Ooh.
Yo, can you give us a couple of pointers before we bounce? Oh, by the way, anything with Kygo? You fucking running around with this Kygo shit and paintball? Kirgo.
Kirgo.com.
I'm betting on fucking ping pong and shit. Can you tell us what to bet on? What's going on?
Yeah. So Kirgo is the only online casino and sports book that I'll even talk about or like get behind. All the owners, rock solid. They're super honest. They let me audit their software, their books. I look at everything. I'm like super stoked to even say I know those guys. And I'm happy to support them. They gave me like a platform to print money on. They won't ban me. And like all the celebrities are like promoting it now, which is like, it's just cool. It's like a cool cultural move for gambling is Kirgo.com. And so they're also the first sports book, in addition to all the regular stuff like NFL, NHL, NBA, all that, whatever. They also do a lot of like the alternative sports. They have paintball on their sports book. They're doing Supercross and motocross soon. They have the BKFC. They have literally like every
Can you suggest sports? Could be like, I want to bet on cockfighting.
Yeah.
I want to bet on chess players.
Yeah. So
No,
they're
it's too
doing
long.
all that stuff,
Chess
bro.
players is
I like quick games. Like
Me too, ping pong.
Yeah.
Like, ping pong
Yeah,
is sick.
Kirgo.com is literally doing all that stuff.
I know a kid from Jersey. Actually, he moved to Jersey from Brooklyn. This kid was making money during COVID betting on ping pong. Like he would throw $10,000 on a game, and I'll be like, "My brother, what the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, betting on ping pong is not a.
I've been printing money on Kirgo because they keep adding all these like alternative sports. So because they're the first casino and sportsbook to ever have these sports, all the lines are weak. They have to learn as the process works itself out. They go, how are we losing the money? Let's fix that. So there's tons of ways to exploit and like get free money. So I've been betting on paintball. You don't have to know anything about paintball to make money betting on them. Just take the underdogs on everything. Take the overs in good weather and the unders in bad weather. You're just going to make money because the lines are weak.
Dude, I go to fucking FanDuel and I just look for the biggest payout parlays where they'll be like, oh, this pays $4,700 odds for 4,700 for and I'll do $100 bet. I did one this weekend on a basketball game I've never seen in my life.
You won?
I literally put $200 down and I won $6,000 on a parlay. I was just flying in the
Taking
dark.
us to dinner?
No, are you kidding me?
Yo, that's
Dude,
fire.
I just do
Why didn't you
dumb
tell
things.
me? I would throw 200 on it too.
No, because everyone,
on.
all my friends who were with me, they're like, okay, so this guy's going to do this. I'm like, guys, I don't know what you're saying. There's a parlay already built
Yo,
on
Kirill has the
FanDuel.
best luck when it comes
Dude,
to
you want to see this shit? I'll literally show you
You're such a
my fucking
sicko.
account on
Why
FanDuel.
can't you put me on? What game? What,
'Cause you
a
would-
Celtics game?
I don't know. I literally logged on when I was hungover.
It's like one of those
Ops.
preset ones.
Preset, and it goes,
That's
it goes like 4,700 odds, and I was like, well, I'll throw 100 on that. Fuck it, it's way more interesting than betting 100 and winning 400. That's not gonna like excite me, right? But I was like, I'll every time I have access to sportsbook.
Can you put me on next time? What's up with you?
Yeah, well, you know.
All right,
I'm the new Mikki
All right, so
Mase.
get us in and out. Get us in and out today. Yo, you know what we do when we go with the guys to like AC or something? Like my boy Stan always hits. He'll like always win like somehow 3, 4, 5K, and every time he wins, he just blesses dinner, and we'll just fucking go, and he'll just.
No, those are the rules.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Well,
Yeah.
Vitaly doesn't live by those rules, but for the rest of the world.
Vitaly, yeah, he
Yeah, when
doesn't
one
like
of us
that.
eats, the whole team eats, yeah.
Yeah, Vitaly's like me.
Yeah.
Such a clown.
Sucks. I thought Vitaly's down for the cause. I thought we were gonna get him on. We were gonna show him some love.
Yeah, bro. I thought we were, like, I was happy with my friendship with him. It was cool. I didn't realize it was a fake friendship because of all the stuff I was doing for him.
Damn, you think Luke is gonna become like a better manager if he gets laid?
Nah, he's gonna fire Luke. Luke's probably gonna be the first staff to go because now he has money and can buy a real manager.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, there it goes. You know what I mean? Don't trust a desperate entertainer that's
Yeah.
trying to make it back.
Yeah.
Don't be too famous and powerful.
How about just be a good person? That's it.
And if you raise kids, make sure
If you raise kids, make sure that glue their buttholes shut.
And don't touch little kids.
zero. Bro.
Yeah.
Brother,
Don't touch
ew,
little kids.
Brother.
Yeah.
I stay away from children.
And listen to
At all
50
times.
Cent. Show 50 Cent music to your kids. It could really teach you a lot. It's a good
Toughen them up a little.
It's a good blueprint for the teenage years.
XQC should have grew up listening to 50.
Yeah. Aiden did, I think.
Yeah, I think Aiden's chilling.
Aiden's the
Yo, I will say this, bro. If you go back and watch it, bro, when XQC says what he says about protecting pedophiles, Aiden, they're sitting next to each other in the same room. Aiden literally goes, I don't know, bro. They're hurting pedophiles. It's like, bro.
What do you?
It's rough when you're hanging out with someone and they say something absurd. Most people give me those looks usually in public when I'm like, how? They're like, Krill, calm down. I'll be like,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not saying anything that wild.
No, yeah.
Jeez, I'm like, God, that 9-year-old's hot.
Yeah, the problem is when you're self-employed for too long, you start thinking everything's okay that you say. That's the issue. Is sometimes it's amazing to be self-employed, but you start thinking everything's okay because you're like, I can fund my own stuff, I could do this, I could do that, and
Yeah, you end up like Diddy.
yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, you need checks and balances.
Yeah, you need somebody checking you once in a while. How we doing with the time?
I guess I could use some of my winnings to buy us a new clapper.
Yeah, you shouldn't have told us you won 6 bands, honestly.
Who's breaking them? Is it Val?
I have it in my pocket right now. I use a twine to carry it.
Yo, you're honestly, I love that you won 6 bands. You deserve it. You've been honestly very.
Thank you.
Good
I
man.
think. What does that even mean? Like I'm a charity? Like really, honestly, you really need the $6,000.
I mean, yo, you've been blessing the office with nothing but lunches, and you've been taking care of us really well. I hope that you win another 6,000 this weekend.
I made a
so
bet
too.
yesterday, bro, because I was in Arizona and you can sports bet. I came so close because it was the hockey game and I was like, 4 goals. And they almost scored 4 total goals and I would have hit like another couple grand.
You could bet from anywhere in the world on Kirgo.com.
I need like a VPN or some shit.
Yeah, they walk.
Yo, can we get a deal for this kid, Carell and Kirgo, though?
Let's go. I'm just such a bad
Get them to
gambler.
do something for you. I could probably get them to make a deal for you.
I'm down. I'm a degenerate gambler.
Because Carell loves to gamble.
Are you a degenerate gambler or are you just a gambler?
No, both.
Yeah, but what defines a degenerate is when they're losing.
I think it's more like your attitude behind it.
No, because if you're winning, you're like, he's successful gambler.
No, but you can still be degenerate.
Yeah, but a degenerate
Like I'm a
implies bad.
degenerate winning gambler.
No, you're just a good gambler. I don't look at you as a degenerate. Like if you came in here and you're like, yo, can I get like $50? I want to gamble. I'd be like, that's a fucking degenerate. But if you're like, yo, I have a McLaren, I'd be like, my man is a great gambler. And that's why alcoholism's the same way, right? When you're broken partying, people are like, yo, he's got a problem. But when you're rich and partying, they're like, he's just enjoying the fruits of his labor. It really is your financial situation determines all your quirks. Either they help you or they're the reason you're fucking in the dumps.
Yeah, that's a take.
Right?
That's a fucking stance. I like
Hot take.
that. I like it.